Galaxy 3004 is first to the stream.
Welcome back to the stream. How is everyone doing? I apologize for being slightly late, and things are very much so not going great right now.
Hold up! It wasn't me either. Some rand dev and art.
What? I could kind of hear you. Okay, let's see. Let's get that back. Holy smokes! Holy smokes! So many things. I've broken so many things. Okay, hold up. Okay, there we go. That's back. Chat's back. Let's see what else. I think we're good now. I think we're good. I apologize for being slightly late.
I was working on some stuff, and it maybe took me a little bit longer than I was anticipating, and I did not even get it all the way done. So yeah, so that's fun. That's good times. But we got close. We got close.
And this is the thing. This is the thing I was working on, and maybe we will see what's actually going on with it. Maybe here in just a little bit. Welcome everyone, I'm glad you're here. So yeah, sorry for the couple minute late start, and apparently the very rough
start. I was messing with my OBS and other things right before, and yeah. So good times. Good times there. What amazing voice, what not so amazing voice. I'm so sorry, Pon. I'm sorry. You gotta have both. If you're gonna have the voice of God, you also gotta have a chipmunk. You gotta have balance. You gotta have balance in all things. But yeah, welcome. Glad to see you all here. It looks like Galaxy got first. Congratulations, Galaxy. Very nicely done. No, some random, you were so close. So close. I can't believe you let it slip through your fingers like that again. Let's see here. Darren says Mellow Jello. And Scoil says hello. Hello, Scoil. How are you? How you doing? Stop plugging in it just once and it's over. That's how it happens, some random. You just one time is all it takes, and all of a sudden, it's all gone. It's all gone at that point. It wasn't me either, some ran dev and art. Oh, that's what you're saying. Doing great, just working on horror. Oh, that sounds like a good time. And let's see, Hex V Real says, hello, welcome. Glad to see you here. Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic week so far. What was this account, Berber? What is this account, Berber? We're just having a good time in here. Hopefully the voice did not scare you away. I hope. Let's see. Alt reveal. Alt. My alt what? My alt account? My alt what? Some Randev. It's true. Some Randev did lose. Full Askel. Hello. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Hopefully you have an absolutely fantastic week so far. Let's see. Sugars over on YouTube says first in YouTube. And Jesse then says it is only because I don't believe in talking during ad time. It's fair. That is fair. You don't really want to say a whole lot during the ad times. I don't know if the text-to-speech worked there or not. I do not know. And then Jesse says, hello, how is everyone? You are working on Tetris blocks. That is kind of what that looks like, isn't it? That is definitely what that looks like. But no, it's not Tetris blocks. It's something even more exciting. I was actually inspired by some Randev on their last stream yesterday, so we'll kind of show it off here in just a little bit. Fairly says, okay, I'm here now. Thanks for real. That's right, was my Test Fairly account I made years ago. That's true. I was like, okay, good times. Well, I'm glad that that would make a lot more sense why you're saying, what is this account? I thought you were meaning like, what is this channel? I was like, this is me. This is Moonwood Games. Hello, welcome. Well, I'm glad that you could be here both in your alt account and your real account. So welcome Fairly. Glad to see you here. I somehow was signed into that account. That's fair. It happens to the best of us. But I'm glad you're here. Fairly, I feel like it has been a while, and I hope life is going well for you. I hope that things are absolutely fantastic. Thank you, sir. What about you? I'm good. I have probably put a little bit too much on my plate, but that's okay. That is all right, because we will overcome, and we'll get things working. Yeah. Some random says, oh, you got inspired to become chicken too, I see. That's true. I became chicken because of you, some random. It is all because of you. Actually, it has to do with the thing you were working on yesterday. And to kind of go into that, I am going to start. Where is it? Manage predictions. Start prediction. Heads or tails? All right, everybody. Everybody, we've got points. Multiplayer. No, not multiplayer. Not multiplayer. Coin flipping. Coin flipping is what I was working on. And like I said, I was working on it literally right up until like the last 30 seconds. Like right at 8:30, because usually I am usually ready to go at like 8:05. Like I want to be early, ready as early as possible. And so I usually have, my thumbnails done. I've got my drinks. I've gone to the bathroom. I've kissed my wife one last time. And it was literally like 30 seconds before 8:30. It was like 8:29 and 30 seconds. And I'm like, I've got to run upstairs. I've got to get my drinks. I've got to kiss my wife. I've got to do all these. I've got to pee. And then I've got to start the stream. So that's why we were a little bit late. And I didn't even quite 100% get it finished. But we're getting close. And you will see a sneak peek of what things are looking like. So if you want to participate in the coin flip, we are not going to be doing the Google coin flip this time. And yeah, and we're going to see how well my new homemade one works. We'll see what happens. We're actually going to do it slightly different than usual. It's not going to be the just best 2 out of 3. It's actually going to be slightly different this time. It is still going to be, yes, heads or tails, and we'll flip a coin and all that fun stuff. But there's going to be a slight change to it, where instead of just doing the best 2 out of 3, it's going to work kind of like ping pong rules, or I guess it also works in tennis this way, where it's like you have like a goal that you're supposed to hit, but then you also have to be X number of points ahead of your opponent to be actually win. So that way it's not just going to be best 2 out of 3. We're going to keep flipping the coin until one side or the other is 3 points ahead of the other side. So it could turn into a very long process, or it could be a quick and easy thing. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see. Anywho, Logan says, morning, last day in Japan. We are leaving tomorrow, Saturday morning. Oh my gosh. Loki, this trip has gone by way too fast. I'm sure you're feeling the exact same way. I'm sure you're excited to get home, but I also feel like you're probably like, how is this gone already? But it will be nice to know that you're stateside again. So enjoy your last day. Hopefully it all goes well for you. Hopefully you've been enjoying the sights and the food and everything else about Japan. I hope so. I hope so. Someone says, I made a mistake and didn't package the scene with my Godot export, so after I exported and deleted everything from the project, my 3D coin flipper was lost forever. No! Oh. The mistakes that were made. I am so sorry, Summer Dev. I laugh because I can feel your pain, and sometimes you just gotta laugh through that pain. That is rough, and I'm sorry. But I believe in you. You can make it again. You can make it again like that. I believe in you. I believe in you. This one... Actually, how much time did you spend on yours? Because I probably spent... Because let's see, I started working on this... It was about an hour and a half that I worked on this thing. So, not a crazy amount of time, but also probably not something that I would want to do all the way over again from scratch. So I would completely understand if you do not want to do it again from scratch. Floof, it looked good with that PBS head. Thank you, I think. Need to figure out what to do for Sunday stream. Ooh. I would assume you're probably going to want to sleep, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong there. Make a coin flipper. It seems to be in vogue. Wait. Make a coin flipper. It seems to be in vogue. Oh, to make one? It's true. It's true. Everyone should. Everyone should make a coin flipper right now. David, hello. Hello. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Glad you are here. We're expecting your uwu picks from Japan, of course. Exactly. Full Long Eye Skull has hit it on the head. We're expecting your uwu picks from Japan. Absolutely 100%. I can check the VOD. Oh, true. I mean, you don't have to, but I feel like it was 30 minutes. Okay, so you did yours faster than mine. I mean, that's fair. Making a coin flipper in RPG Maker, not the best thing to do. Actually, did you ever fix the problem? Because I did have to step away from the stream after a while. Did you fix the problem? I guess not that it matters now that it's gone. But did you fix the issue where it was like flipping and hitting the side and then just like...
Axel_Benedict just turned their way into the credits of Tomb of Vercilias.
Another one, huh? Well. Looks like here... Wait a minute. Oh, that's fine. You can see my thing. It's private, so nothing matters. It's fine. All right, everybody. Well, congratulations. Holy smokes. Again, Axel with the crazy amount of point redemptions. Axel, Absolutely fantastic. Very nicely done. You are climbing the ranks again. Here we go. Axel is now at a 7 in the VIP/MVP section. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. 10,000 points plus another. How much did you put? You said 4.5k on tails, by the way. Oh my gosh. So you just spent 14,500 points. That is insane. That is absolutely wild. And I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I actually made a game concept. Ooh, Cameron, what was the game concept about? All right, I scratched myself earlier today, and then I accidentally just made it start not doing good things again. So I just had to check and make sure I wasn't making a mess. Yeah, what was the game concept? Let's see. They did. LMFAO. Nope. I just added reset button in case it happened. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Well, what I was going to say, and I don't know if this would actually be relevant because I have never worked with an engine that has force or gravity or anything like that. But I was going to suggest, because it was you were working on fixing it right before I had to leave. So I was going to suggest, I was going to say, what if you just increased the gravity or the force? So even if it hit an angle, it would like be forced to like hit the ground. I don't know if that would actually work. And again, like I said, probably not exactly relevant anymore. But just a thought. It was just a thought I had. Let's see here. I won IIRC. Ooh, nice, nice. The repository is blank. Well, that's because I haven't pushed anything to it.
Moon Man into a chicken.
Duos Battleground Hearthstone. Ooh, nice. I'm at 17k.
So far, by far, aren't I already in the credits? I think so. Pretty sure we are. Pretty sure. But let me just double check. What the? I could have sworn you were. Okay.
So you aren't in this section. So there's going to be a couple sections of the credits. Obviously, you are going to be in the credits already as like a producer or something like that. I'm still trying to decide exactly. A supporter. Still trying to decide. So if you want to also be in the channel point section of the credits, you can also. What the number? Well, that answers that question.
Longer Sickle just turned their way into the credits of Tomb of Vercilias.
Very nice. Very nice. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Let me get you thrown in here, and you are going to have your name in the credits of Tomb of Vercilias. We're going to go with Footlong Icicle. Did I spell that right? Footlong Icicle. Okay, it's not really a thing that I could mess up, but you never know. I am not exactly great at spelling. So congratulations. Very nicely done. Thank you for watching for so long that you were able to get that many points. So thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, let's see. I still have an unspecified amount of mana over today. I believe it. I believe it. Let's see. Pon is at a 3-stream streak. Pon, thank you so much for streaking here in the stream. 3 streams in a row. I do appreciate that. Remember, everybody, if you're going to streak anywhere, make sure to streak here in the stream. So thank you. Thank you. Busy. I missed coin flip. You missed to get in on it, and I am so sorry. But don't worry. I'm going to be making coin flip a daily, a streamly. Okay.
Locatrix to just turn their way into the credits of Tomb of Vercilias.
All right, we got 2. That puts you up to 20. Oh my gosh. A nice even 20.
To just turn their way into the credits of Tomb of Vercilias.
That is absolutely wild and crazy. Holy smokes. Loki, thank you so much for watching for so freaking long that you have been able to get that many channel points and still have so many more, which I know you do. I know that you do. So thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate that. And you are now in there at 20x times. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely crazy. Has anyone usurped my lead in credit? No. No, you are pretty solid in that lead. You're good. I will be surprised if anyone is able to usurp your throne. Let's see. Busy. I missed the coin flip. Fantastic sports RPG that mixes sports and fantasy. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like that. I like that. Wait. I was saying something. Oh yeah, the coin toss. I'm definitely going to be making the coin toss a every stream thing now going forward. I promise. I put enough work into it now that I'm going to be doing it every week, or every day, every stream is the plan. Let's see here. Over on YouTube, we've got Lakshia9718. I'm terrible at using names. I am so sorry. But they say, hi, chicken. I also have a name in credit. Maybe. If you're someone that I know over on Twitch, maybe, but I don't recognize your username over here on YouTube. Lakshias Arma. I don't know. Maybe. I'll never have my name in the credits. I have no points, only paste. You know what? I might, Jesse, I might just put your name in the credits just because you have been around for so long. I think you deserve it. I think you deserve it. Either way. I mean, I feel like you've been the #1 chatter more than enough times in a row to be able to have your name also in the credits of Tomb of Vercilias. Let's see, has anyone reserved my... I should have tried that. I don't know if you're necessarily saying that because it would have actually worked or if you were trying to make me feel better. Either way, I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see, how much? There's a very, very low chance of a coin landing, standing up. True, there is a low chance, but there's never no chance. Hey, Moonman, Tazu, hello, welcome. Glad to see you here. Still waiting for a win, but have had 2 second places. It's not bad. That's not bad. Hey, I know Devious Oatmeal. That's true. That's true. And Devious Oatmeal is an absolutely fantastic individual. Absolutely fantastic. Otherwise, you will have to have exercise like 24/7, that amount of points. You win. Exactly. That's true. I would basically be non-stop with that amount of points. Oh my goodness. 2 more to beat my record. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, Loki is very much so up there. Make it an even 20.
Thanks for the follow, Durant27.
Durant27, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. And, oh, wait for it. Hey, there we go. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Durant.
We reached our followers goal of 570. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. And everybody who is and has always followed, I do appreciate that. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. It is absolutely crazy that we're coming up on that 600. I am crossing my fingers. That is awesome. That's right. Already beat. Loving the emojis. Mellow Jello. What the? It will say 20x in the creds. Yeah. Unless, of course, I think of a new, different special section for it. I'm trying to decide, because there was originally, because I assumed that people would only redeem it once, right? That was my assumption. I was like, no one's going to want to spend more than 10,000 channel points to get their name in there more than once. So I'm like, people will redeem it once, I will call it good. And then someone redeemed it a second time, and I was like, okay, I guess we'll have like a special VIP section. And now we have many people that have it more than once, and we have a handful of people who have it more than 10. I'm like, okay, so we may have to think of another section that is higher than the MVP/VIP section. We'll see. We will see. Loki, how? It's because Loki has been watching for like almost the entire time I've been streaming. Yeah. There are some OGs that have been here for a very long time. Have a good stream, Loki. I appreciate that. Safe travels to you. I hope that your flight and everything goes well, and we will see you when you're stateside. So thank you. Mojo says, Levi and I, retired family member in a little bit more than an old school, and got it is replaced by a pre-release of your family in a little bit more than the other day, and I don't have to a PS4 to play some of your money, and I don't have to be to a PS4 of them to play. Mellow Jello, I have never read such immaculate words ever in my life. Honestly, the greatest poets could not recount what you have just written. And I appreciate that you would post that here in this chat. So thank you. That's one of the better Pokemon. Quinta's problem is usually used to depict PDF.
Hello,
like normal.
Says, I fell asleep and my finger was holding down the middle words.
That's all right. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Like normal / Gaussian distribution, etc. I can see that. Durant says, I usually keep an eye on YouTube. First time catching the Twitch. Well, I do appreciate you coming on here over to Twitch. I don't want to say the YouTube is not as good because we got Jesse over on YouTube. We got all of the absolutely fantastic people over on YouTube. But there are a few more people over here on Twitch. And Twitch has all like the fun channel point stuff and stuff like that. I wish YouTube would do something like that because then YouTube would be so much more lively and so much more exciting. And Jesse would not be alone eating paste. But alas, they have not done that yet, sadly. It was me! First time I redeemed 3. That's right. Absolute mad genius. Time, space, watch time. Pon has spent 4 hours and 5 minutes watching, and I do appreciate it. Thank you. I fell asleep. Okay, yeah, and then hello. I'm okay saying Jesse is not as good as Twitch, but I'm okay with my paste. Wait. I'm okay saying Jesse is not as good as Twitch. No, Jesse. This is not you. It's YouTube. YouTube is not as good as Twitch. But I'm glad that you're over there still holding down the fort and handing out the paste. And let's see, Willow Munson says, I'm eating paste. Good, good. I'm so glad that Jesse is not alone in the paste eating. So thank you for that. I'm good. Paste isn't... wait. Oh, it's good paste, isn't it, Willow? I was not quite sure why you asked that. I was assuming it was less of a rhetorical question. Anyway, all right, everybody. Well, we are going to do the coin flip, and we're going to see how broken it is. If it is absolutely completely broken, we will not do my coin flip, and we'll wait until the next stream. But I just want to do, okay, so basically I need to, because I forgot that RPG Maker MZ, they don't allow you to test play more than one game at a time. For some reason, with MV, you can. With MZ, you cannot. You can only test play one game at a time. I did find a way you have to like go in and like manually change the ID of the project and stuff like that, but I can't remember exactly where that is located. And so I am going to have to, actually, let's see, GitHub, coin flip. I want to say it's in, is it in the package JSON? Get out of here. I think you have to add an extra arg, but I cannot remember. You have to like add a custom ID to it to allow you to run multiple test projects. So I am going to have to close the chickens for now, and then we're gonna have to do a little bit of this. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up this guy, and then let's test play. Okay, now let's see if this works. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is a new animation that I made, and we're gonna see what happens. So fingers crossed this all works. Let's see. All right, everybody, here we go. Cross our fingers. Everybody cross your fingers. Let's see if this works. What? Heads or tails? Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Heads or tails. That's what I'm talking about. It's still a little broken. It's still a little broken. So bear with me. Bear with me. Yeah, there was a fun little animation. I did also realize that when I was building this out, I came to the realization that the window size I could not have as large as I wanted to, otherwise it covered heads and tails. So that wasn't fun. That wasn't fun. I might actually resize this down just a little bit, just so you can see the full board, maybe. I don't know, something like that. We'll see what happens. Anyway, here it is. Let's see what happens. Also, I realized, some random dev, I may need your help. I may need your help with a little something. But I'll show you kind of what's going on later, and I'm sure it's like an easy thing to switch. But here we go. Let's do heads or tails. I cannot remember how many we're on each. We've got a 1.7k on heads, and we've got 4.5k on tails. So let's see. Again, remember, this is not going to be a best 2 out of 3. This is just going to be whoever has 3 points and the others have 0. So let's give this a shot and see what happens. I hope this works. Whoa! All right, we got tails. Tails has won the first one, and let's go again. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, everybody. Cross your fingers for whatever you voted for. All right, we got 2 tails, 0 heads. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh! We got an absolute clean streak from tails. Oh my gosh. Well. There you go. Across the board, tails. I know that heads wins because when I was testing it, I was spinning heads. Like, just watch. If I do it again, it's gonna be heads. Just watch. Just watch. Okay. All right. It wasn't heads. Let's give it another try. It's gonna be heads one of these times. I swear. See, it does get heads. It does get heads. Although okay. So as you can see, there are a few issues. One, it was supposed to reduce this by 1, and it didn't. And then 2, as you can see here, some randev, I want this to be filling in from the center, and so this one fills up correctly. But then this one should be filling up from right to left, but it's filling up left to right. And I don't know how to change that. I don't know. Anyway, there's the rough new heads or tails game. I am going to be fixing it here, making, adding a few more animations and changing things, and the transition will be better, and there won't be this here, it'll be somewhere else, and eventually we'll also still have the chickens down here, and the overlay won't be there. I ran out of time, okay? But I'll beautify it later. So anyway, let's switch over off of heads or tails. Yep. There we go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful transition. Anyway. Yeah, there we go. Transition is epic. I appreciate that. Thank you. I had a lot of fun making it. So anyway, yeah, we'll get that thing working better eventually one of these days. Anywho, choose the outcome. It is Tails. Complete prediction. There we go. 6,200 channel points going to all of those who voted for Tails. So congratulations. Very nicely done. And yeah, it will become a better thing later. I just have to, fix it as time goes on. Let's see here. Once I fell asleep with Togglebit stream on, when I woke up, I was like, who was talking to me about Rust and Arch Linux all night? Whoa, okay. Oh, we got some emotes from Lofa Longasol. Explain now for the content. Unless it's secret, it's all good. Wait, explain what? Explain this? What do you want me to explain? Tails machine rigged. I did not bet anything. Oh, well, see, why am I even sorry then? Entropy, bruh. Oh, it's a HUD maker gauge? What the?
Welcome Bobby 3453 and your 2 amazing audience members.
Bobby, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome. I'm glad to see you here. You just missed the coin flip, but don't worry. If you would have guessed tails, you would have lost. Or if you would have guessed heads, you would have lost. So I'm just going to assume you probably would have bet heads. And so you probably, you're fine. Everything's good. How'd your stream go? How did everything go for you? Hopefully things went well. Oh, it's a HUD maker gauge. Why not just rotate 180 degrees? Then mirror source image. Well, I could. I mean, I guess I could. I don't know. I was assuming because like the in the HUD maker for MV, you can flip the animation. So I just assumed with how much better the pro version is, or how much better ultra version is, that maybe there would just be a little fill right to left, or left to right, or up to down, or down to up. But I guess not. But I could do something like that. I absolutely could do something like that. Yeah, I would just need to flip it. So I guess at this point we would just say, what do we say? We need to come here. We go to images. Nope. Yep. Images. System. That's the one. And then we need to come over here, and we need to do a little bit of this and do a little bit of this. We just need to say, you flip. Wait. So would it be? So we need to flip 180. And I just need to put you down here. And save that. And then over here, we need to flip you 180. Firm. Save. Think that'd be right? I don't know. Maybe. Blah, 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 blah. That's tails. Give us some heads. This is not boding well for showing how fair it is, right? There we go. There's heads. See, that's what it's supposed to do. That's more like it. It's actually kind of weird looking to see it like shift over like that. I think to add like a better separator here, to kind of just like really signify of like, oh yeah, this is what this is. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop. See, it is completely fair. It's completely fair. There we go. Tails wins. And I want to add like a whole like win animation, and I want to add sound effects, so I'm not having to do the sound effects and all sorts of stuff. I don't know. I think it should be fun once we get there. So anyway, Summerand Dev, you are completely correct in that I just had to rotate 180 degrees and then flip it. So not bad at all. I highly regret betting on heads. I'm sorry. But as you can see, it does do heads. It just kind of seems to do tails a little bit more often. But it is a 50-50 shot. It literally is 100% 50-50. I promise. I did not do anything. I didn't rig anything. It is, but it does seem to like that. It definitely does a lot of tails, doesn't it? It does a lot of tails. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. I'll go back through the code and just make sure that everything's correctly doing stuff. The issue you wanted help with. Let's see, secrets? There's no secrets. There's no secrets here. Raid! Eat them. No, don't eat them. Don't eat the raiders. Don't eat the raiders, please.
Cameron
please.
Reek just redeemed Streech.
got ourselves some stretching, everybody. Let's see. We're here again. Well, Bobby, welcome. I'm glad that you're here.
Moonman to do 10 chest benders.
Oh, do we have the trifecta? Do we have the trifecta?
Cameron Reap wants Moonman to do 10 bicep
We've got the trifecta,
curls.
everybody. All right, everybody, we're gonna do the trifecta. Let me just get caught up on chat really quick. We're here again. Has anyone here seen my dad? Yes, he was actually, I saw him the other day getting some milk. He said he was gonna be back soon. And so I was like, all right, like, good, glad to hear it. So, any day now. Any day now.
D03S_dev says, rigged.
It's not rigged. It's not rigged, I swear. Pretty nice. I had made a lap 2 system for my game, so you can get special ranks. Ooh, nice. You can? I don't know why I took that out. You absolutely can. So I don't know. You have to properly seed your RNG. True. I do need to properly seed it. What changes in the paid version? For HUD Maker? The biggest one that I know of is you have this whole section down here, the Pro UI components. You got custom collection, animation, attached collection, and it's also got other things that I actually used in... Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold the phone. I just realized something. Pet project. You. Play. There we go. They're back. They're back, everybody. Don't even worry about it. They're back. The other thing is something that I used a lot in Unboxed was, let's see, which one was it? It was Code Behavior, I think. One of these allowed me to make the scrolling menus, so that was pretty exciting stuff. Yeah, really good stuff in the paid version, I will say. Let's see, so what's happening in your stream? Well, I'm glad that you asked. We are just getting started. I am having a bit of a buggy stream tonight. I made some changes to some things in both OBS, and I was trying to like create a whole new coin flipper, and it's not great. There's still a little bit of weird stuff to work on. It is technically working, but it's not 100% finished. I want to add some more animations and sound effects and all sorts of things, but yeah. I did get a fun little transition animation thing going on here, so when I switch to the coin flipper, it does this. That's exciting stuff. And then when you switch back, it's like... The 007. I wasn't quite sure what to do when it came back. I was going to do a double thumbs up, and then I was like, no, I should do an 07, but then both hands were up there, and so I went like this, and then I realized it was a 007. There we go. That's my secret agent sign, the 007. I don't even know why anybody watches this stream. If you clicked away right now, I would understand. IRC, I think I removed the directional thingy specifically because I added rotation feature. Well, yeah, but what if you've got things with like, I don't know, gradients, and it messes up the gradients? That's fine. It all works. I mostly just, I didn't realize until like right as the stream was starting, and so I just wanted to ask and see if there was something but that is totally fine. No worries at all. But also maybe a RNG from Uncle Sam, not NSA. Certainly. OMG, I missed the coin flip. I'm so sorry, Scold. I'm sorry. But I promise we're gonna be doing I still don't know what to call it. It's not a daily coin flip. We're still gonna be doing a coin flip every single stream. Don't you worry. Tails machine. It's not. I got smoked. Moon confirmed. Furry with all this tails. Maybe. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it if I rigged? Furry Moonchan? Y'all are crazy. I'm going to get everyone to vote tails next stream. I'm gonna rig it to only do heads next stream. 100% is the sum of your PDF, the integral of it. What? It's 100% the sum of your PDF, the integral of it. I don't know what that means. And art, it's the quartet. Oh, true. And the art, that is a quartet right there. Rigged.
53 turned Moonman into a chicken.
And now I'm a chicken. Hello. Bok. Sometimes if you gaslight Moon hard enough, we get 2 coin flips per stream. 100% definitely happened before. That is true. It has happened before. Not very often, but it has happened 100%. All right, everybody, we're going to do the trifecta, and then I'm going to actually get into actual game dev stuff, you know? That is what you're all here to see. You're not here to see some coin flipper shenanigans here. You are here to see the actual game dev of Tomb of Vercilias. So let's get that closed. Let's see. I don't need that. We can close that. What else do I need? Okay, so that's good. I'm just ready to pull this away if it's someone's DMs. Okay, cool. Which, speaking of DMs, I promise everybody I'm going to respond to your DMs. I promise it's going to happen. I swear it. It's going to happen tomorrow. 100% it's going to happen. Let's take a look at art really quickly, and then we're going to do the trifecta, and then we're going to jump into the game dev stuff. What do we got here? From Faye, first and foremost, we got ourselves Ray, I believe is how you pronounce that. Absolutely beautiful. I love the shading on the face. That is some great shading right there. Oh, excuse me. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. Love it. Very nicely done. Beautiful stuff. Thank you for posting that. Hootie Hen has posted saying, learning how to learn Blender and made these. Ooh, those are some cute little guys. I like that. I like it. Yeah, beautiful stuff. I love the way that you've done the eyes, especially on this guy. Like I don't know why. Like the oval eyes on a square body just works so well. Works so well. It is absolutely beautiful. Fantastic stuff. Love it. Not gonna lie, Cameron. When I first was here, and when I first started scrolling down, I thought this was going to be Elsa. I thought it was going to be Elsa. It's not, but I don't know. With just like the way the hair was, that's kind of what I was anticipating. But this is looking absolutely fantastic. A great work in progress. Very nice. Very nicely done. Beautiful stuff. All quiet on the art front. You're good. You're good. Hey, some days you have a lot, some days not so much, and that is all right. That is all right. All right, everybody. Speaking of all right, we're going to jump into the trifecta, and then we're going to jump into game dev. So let's get the jams cranked and pumping and all that fun stuff. And yeah, it's going to be a blast of a time. Here we go. Moving it up. Oh, yeah, there we go. That actually feels good to stand. I feel like my camera is lower than you. I don't know why. All right, everybody, you know how this goes. 10 on the clock. Count them with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. And now time for the chest benders. You know how it goes. Count them with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo. And now, the good old ending. Oh, the stretch. Let's go to the left. And then to the right. Oh. And backwards. Oh, that felt good. That felt good. Whew. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I accidentally unplugged my stream deck, and I was wondering why it was turned off. 30 of each? No. I would be dead. I'd be more out of breath than I currently am, which would not be good at all. Don't forget to hydrate after stretch. Oh, true. I appreciate that, Scoil. Thank you. Ooh, all right, everybody. Ooh, man, I should not be this out of breath. All right. Let me see. Like I said, usually I would have been more on top of this. I would have everything pulled up and everything would be good to go, but I do not. Okay, so that is, oh my God. As you can see, this is going to be the initial push for the coin flipper. 754 change. Literally everything for the initial coin flipper. So, initialization. Go. Commit. Committing 754 files to main. Probably not actually that many anymore, so I did go through and erase some things. I don't know, there might not the default RTP assets. Don't worry, I deleted most of them. Publish the branch. Yes, please. Yeah, I did. There is still some stuff in there. So if I come over here to documents, GitHub. So the coin flipper currently is at. Oh my gosh, what else do I still have in there? So I got rid of all the audio. I know that. Oh wait, that's right. I didn't go through and get rid of like the battle backs, the characters, the enemies. Dang it! I still need to do that. Okay, I'm gonna go through and get rid of those later. That's a lot. That is a lot to have on there. But I did get rid of all the music, the sound effects, and all that fun stuff. So all of this is gone, which this in itself is probably like freaking like 200 megabytes. So that did clear it up a little bit. And I did go through, for some reason, I remembered to get rid of like all of the like the player busts, but I didn't get rid of everything else. So that's fun stuff. Good time. Good times. Anyway, that is neither here nor there. What is here and there is Tomb of Vercilias. So let's get that pulled up. Yo. All right, there we go. There we go. Not bad. Okay. I'm going to be completely honest. I know we were running into bugs on the last stream, and I don't remember what those bugs were. So we're going to go through together, and we're going to remember and remind ourselves what exactly it was the problems. I'm here to watch you develop coin. I mean, we could technically do coin flip if we wanted to. We could develop the coin flip. Just let me know. Let me know if that's what people would rather see. We could do that instead. I'm good either way. Development is development, you know? And it all is good for the good of the stream. Yeah. Let's see, over on YouTube, we've got ourselves, let's see, oh my gosh, what else did I miss? Okay, it tastes great, but my tummy hurts. That's fair. Yeah, don't eat too much paste. It will get to you very quickly. Oh, that just means you need to eat more. It says drywall on the bucket, but I think that's just the hardware store's brand for tasty paste. That's true. That is true. Let's see. Try Catch Development says, moved over to watch on YouTube. Premium allows me to not see ads. That is actually a absolutely fantastic point and idea. Honestly, the ads on YouTube are... I feel like they happen slightly more often, but you can usually skip them after like the first 5 seconds. So they're less intrusive, even though they happen. I want to say like the YouTube ads, maybe like they pop up like every 10 or 15 minutes, but they usually, you know, the 5 seconds until you'd skip them, versus Twitch, which is like, yeah, it's like every like 45-ish minutes, I think, but then it's like 3 minutes of unskippable ads. So I guess it's kind of a pick your poison kind of a thing. Yeah, that's fine. Don't even worry about it. Welcome to YouTube. The paste is under your seat. True, true. Jesse is very good at making sure that everyone has their paste ready to go. Rigged on Three Tails, summoned an ad break. We need to have the app using your excited voice to shout heads or tails. I probably should do that. We'll get there. We'll get there. I don't get ads on YouTube streams. But you don't see ads on the YouTube streams? That would be kind of cool. I'd be jealous for that about that. Let's pick this lock and let's see what's going on here. So we're just gonna go blue and blue and blue and blue, blue and blue, blue. That was easy. So we still need to add the moves. That is one thing we do still need to do. Stand on 20. Of course. Oh, but I've got my spiked pauldron. What an idiot. Speaking of idiots. There we go. Got to turn off that light again. All right, let's interact with the glyphs. Okay, so we got that one working. And if I leave, it's still there. I come back. So how is that showing? What is the condition? If game self switches 941A is equal to true. I don't have an ad blocker, and yet I don't see ads on YouTube. I don't know what's going on there. Kind of interesting. Do you use a browser with a built-in ad blocker? Like, do you use Brave? Because I use Brave, so I don't see ads. You are a moon. You need more light to reflect and become brighter. You know what? That's a good point. That is an absolutely fantastic point. Hello, everybody. I am Moon. Welcome. Now it looks like I'm outside. I like how my camera can only adjust so much to the point where it's just like, yeah, we got nothing more. You're You're just blown out. There we go. That's better. That's better. I can actually see. Although if I do this. Ooh, that's kind of fancy. Should I have that add like a little bit of dynamic to my face? A little bit more warm over here, colder over here. I can have it really cold over here. That's too much. That's too much. And we'll do that, a little bit of that. Something like that. Who knows? Who knows? Bright moon. Ooh. Specifically stream ads. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you. That is nice. Don't ever change anything. Okay, so if 941A is true. So I guess the question is then, is 941A... Okay, so it is true. All right. Now, if we leave... I check again. Still true. Okay. So we need to make sure that actually turns off. Come over here. When you leave... Erase Void Guardian. Okay. Erase Void Guardian puzzle. Leaving the portal exit. Okay. Yeah, game self switches. Set value 941A. Am I doing something wrong here? False. Set value. Literally the exact same. Game self switches dot set value 941A false. Do I just need to have it earlier on? I don't know. I don't know. Throw it earlier on and see what happens. I like the coloring for that. Doing a little bit of this. A little bit more dynamic. I'm alright with it. Okay, where would the exit be? Probably right here. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad. Well, we'll see how long I keep it. I don't know. Yep. Let's take a hit on the soft 18. Ooh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, take that, freaking Danathar. Okay, if I enter, it shows, and if I leave, it's still showing. Why? Why? Oh, now I'm remembering why. It's because it's not actually getting in here. That's what we were trying to figure out last time. It's all coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me now. Okay, all right. We need to figure out why it's not coming in here. So, leaving the portal exit room. This is only going to be triggered if the player's location is equal to... Oh, no, if the player's location is equal to the exit room, which is 36. But, I don't think... If we have a starting exit room, but I think what we want to do is we want to find mini-boss spawn location. I think it's just called MB spawn? Nope. MB dash spawn location. All right, so 523. Okay, so let's just say if the player is equal to 523. Because I think technically, if you press down to leave, you are technically leaving the room, and then it does all of that stuff. So I think if we tell it to check if you're in the mini-boss's room, then it should work. I think. I guess we'll find out. Find out together, everybody. As a team. As a group. As a family. The green. There we go. All right, Danithar, you've met your match. My spiked pauldron will destroy you. Interact with the glyphs. Okay, and then we leave. Oh, it did the thing. Exactly as I wanted to. Cool, that's all it was. Awesome. All right, so that was the first step, was getting that working correctly, which it is now. Now I'm trying to decide, do we... It's all beautification stuff, I'll beautify it later. I was gonna say, I want to try and find some way to, like, not have it flash the room when you try to leave for just that split second. But again, that's all beautification stuff. It has nothing to do with the actual gameplay itself. It will not impact anything, really. It's just a matter of preference, you know? All right, so if we interact with the void dials, whatever we want to call them, we need to... Well, actually, let's go find the void stone. Room 59, huh? All the way up here. All the way up here. Yo, give me that void stone. Which I also still need to fix it so that you can actually put it down in the rooms and it doesn't freak out. Interact, and if we throw this in here, it should activate and turn on the red. It does. That still shouldn't happen. But other than that, all of this is generally working. Okay, it's a little buggy. It's not exactly working as I would intend it, but death was behind them doors. It's true. Death was behind the doors. And it has been defeated. Defeat that death. Okay. What are we going to fix first? Just a tiny bit bug. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit bug. You know, nothing too crazy. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit bug. I think actually first thing I want to do is I need to... Oh, wow, that was easy. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, that's right. Okay. Fire. Spirit. What? There's so many old things in here that I'm just like, yeah, that's how I was doing this. And I'm just like, oh my god. Quests. So many good. Okay, fire, spirit, water, poison. I mean, those are definitely like the old... those are the old elements. But obviously, you know, fire is still pyro. Spirit, though, we got rid of that. Water, hydro, and then poison, still kind of there as necro. But I don't think we need these. I also don't think we need quest 1, 2, 3. Pretty sure we don't need those anymore. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to say this is going to be... what are we going to call this? We're going to call it... Do I actually need to rely on these? I don't think I do. What if instead we say, when we do the RNG, common events, RTG, we could just do it in here before it even starts. Or we just do it at the end. Common event 16. Trying to run a common event that doesn't even exist anymore. All right. I guess we can just get rid of that. That common event. Okay. Let's see. Should I separate this into its own common event? It's a short thing. We'll just do this. Let's do... What? I kick. Please don't kick. Please. The stream's not built for the kicking. Only punching. Okay, so let's do a script. Nope. Let's do a comment and say, spawn exit options. There we go. One exit option right here. Okay, let's jump into a loop, and we're gonna say 12 variables. There's a spot that just has like 3 open spots of bullable. Actually, 3 open. Oh, well, no, that's NPC stuff. Minimap. It's more NPC stuff. Could go here. Exit choice. Whoa. Exit choice. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so exit choice, we're going to have you set a random number between 1 and... what were the options we had? Please don't tell me I got rid of this notepad. There's no way I closed it, right? Freaking stuff. Well, I might just have to go back and look at some things. Oh well, we're just gonna say 1 through 7 because I'm pretty sure there were 7. So we come in here and we just say, how many lines can we have on the comments? I think that's not gonna be enough. We'll just do script work. Okay, so we're gonna say choice number 1 is just going to be Now I'm trying to remember all the ones we had. We've got a rest chamber. We can rename these later. The Perksmith. The dice vendor. Item vendor. Like a healing chamber. Library. Spellbook. I feel like there were more. Okay, so there was a place where you could heal, like restore some of your HP. A place where you could upgrade your perks. A place where you could buy and sell dice, buy and sell items. A library, so you could access your spellbook. I'm trying to decide, do I want you to always be able to pick a perk card? Maybe? All right, I punch. Oh, Bobby. Me first. Me first. Please don't punch. No punching. Pours a comically large jug of punch down my gullet. Oh, actually, never mind. I'm down for some punch. That sounds really good, actually. Okay. Yeah, like I almost want to say, yeah, there's almost a part of me that wants you to have to choose if you're going to get another perk card. But I also know that the perk cards are going to be a great way to like mix up your runs. And so I almost want to say like you will always be able to pick a new perk card. I almost want to say when you go through, yeah, maybe perk card won't be one of them. Okay, so we got a healing chamber, Perksmith, where you can upgrade your perk cards, dice vendor, item vendor, library, so you can upgrade your spells, and the town portal. And then we'll figure out if we want to do more later, but yeah, because I want the town portal. I'm kind of thinking the town portal is going to be one that will be, it's going to be optional. Like, you may not have an option to return to town, which is where you'll kind of have to decide. It's like, if there's a chance for you to be able to go back to town, are you going to want to take it? Or do you try to go further with all of your stuff? Yeah. I think that's good for now. We'll just stick with 6, and then we can add more later. Okay, so loop, set a random number between 1 and 6 for exit choice. We're just going to say... I guess we don't really need a conditional branch here. We'll just say... I mean, we do technically need a conditional. I think there's going to be a better way to do this, but for some reason, like, I keep thinking of, like, different ways to do this, but this is, like, seemingly the best way in my head. I'll make it better later if I need to. But, a random number between 1 and 6. And we just say, if you are equal to 1, then we're just going to want to say... If I say... Oh, that actually works out perfectly. So exit... text... 1, 2, 3. Because we want to turn this into a string. Which I don't know if I can actually just do script. And say, like, test text. I don't know. Don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, so exit choice 1 equals 1. Do that, and then we're just going to say break loop here. That is 658. 658. Here. Oh, whoops. Instead of becoming here. All right. It's fine. That's fine. I might just need to do JavaScript for that. Maybe not. Was it 658? Oh, look at that. Test text. Cool. So, that means... Come over here. Yep. Pick the lock. Bam. Dang it! Forgot that I grabbed the hat. I have to actually get a winning hand. It's not going well so far. I've gotten 17 after 17 after 17. There we go. Fantastic. All right. So then if I interact with the glyphs, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to change this one to not just be hello, Sird test text. We want to set you to be... my gosh, that freaking... My head exploded for a second there. Okay, game variables dot value 560 563 6 I don't remember. Nope. What was it again? 658. That's the one. 658. 658. Oh!
Going
6
to
7.
the Inkwell says, I have arrived.
Oh, ink!
Also, I got a new controller.
Ooh, nice, nice, very nice. Well, welcome, welcome. Glad to see you here. What kind of controller was it? Is a nice fancy one? I'm assuming it's probably an Xbox controller, yeah? Summer Dev, what makes test text Sird test text? 6-7. Story checks out. I've arrived, got a new controller. I hope 8-bit do. I hope so. I hope so too. I knew you were going to say that. Some random does say those things. Okay, so first of all, I'd have to say test text. That would fix that. Actually. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work. I think we've experimented with this before, and now I don't remember if it was. Mind if I post a link? No, absolutely. Go for it. Go for it. I would love to see the controller. Okay, there it is. Let's pick the lock. Yep. See, Inkwell is in on a 7-stream streak. Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much for watching here for 7 streaks in a row. I am off my game tonight. I am so sorry, everybody. Thank you so much for streaking here in the stream. 7 streams in a row. Thank you so much. Remember, everybody, if you're going to streak anywhere, make sure to streak here in the stream. So thank you. Thank you. Huzzah! A quick post link so I can see it before Moon deletes it. No! I'm going to see it first. Ooh. That's a good looking controller. I like that. I like it. I'm actually jealous. Do you want to switch? You can have mine. I'll take yours. Not that there's anything wrong with mine, but I don't know, that is a clean looking controller right there. I like that. I really like that. No, I have a similar model. Yeah, that is a really nice looking controller. Very nice, very nice. Like it. I like it. Also, I wouldn't delete it. Never would, never have. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. We were coming in here, we were gonna test this. I could literally just test it like this. Ooh, actually, it looks like it's actually working. Hit. Ooh, I'm so glad that I hit. I'm on evens. The shame. The pain and the shame. 17, 14, 16, 18. Stand on an 18.
Go into the Inkwell says, I have a suggestion for the server.
Ooh.
Channel for help with RPG Maker.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I need to respond to that. I've gotten very behind in my responses to things. But actually, I really like that idea. And speaking of which, actually, I know that there are a lot of these out there already, and so there's a part of me that I'm like, does there really need to be another one of these? But I'm actually kind of thinking about starting a series that I'm going to title So You Bought RPG Maker. And it's just literally going to be me in just like tiny little clips of, I'm just going to like record myself just like as if I were sitting here teaching someone how to use RPG Maker from the very beginning, like first time you ever opened up RPG Maker. And it's basically just going to be me. I'm just going to record myself for like hours, basically just walking through, answering every single thing about everything about RPG Maker. And I'm going to cut it up into tiny little bits and just be like, you know, the whole premise of it would basically me just be me being like, oh, so you bought RPG Maker. Cool. Let me show you how it works. And I would literally just be like, so yeah, so here's how you create a new map. And I would be like, yep, here you go, here you go. And like maybe some of them would be like 20 seconds long. Maybe some of them would be a couple minutes long. But like it would be an unscripted, largely unedited series. So I could just like pump it out and hopefully get like just several episodes a week and just be like, yep, here you go. And yeah, it would just be like little bite size. Because I originally was thinking, and I've seen a lot of these out there where it's like a 5-hour video of just like start to finish going through everything about RPG Maker. Which is fine, but I almost feel like if you're brand new to RPG Maker and you see this 5-hour long walkthrough of RPG Maker, someone might be like, I'm sure it's fine for other people, but some people might be like, that is a long time to watch. Plus, it's like trying to then go through and find like the little specific things you'd want to see. So I was like, I don't know. What if I just like sit down on like a weekend and just be like, all right, I'm just for like an hour, I'm just going to walk through like I'm teaching someone who has never used RPG Maker before and just be like, here you go, here's how you do this, and then I would just like cut it up into little segments, and yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Bobby 3453 just redeemed street.
Well, everybody, let's do a stretch. Let's go to the right this time. And a little bit to the left. Oh, and backwards. Boy, that feels good. Oh, thank you for that, Bobby. I appreciate that. Well, thank you. I'd watch the hell out of that. Oh, well. I may need to do it then. About a server, is there a channel I can promote my coffee commission page? I wanted to ask about this. I don't know. I feel like there's gotta be one of them somewhere. In like maybe Creator Corner. I'm trying to think of like where a good place would be. Yeah, maybe Creator Corner. That might be a good spot. I don't know. The spot to post things about being a creator. There you go. You can try that. Give that a shot. Yeah, yeah. I turned my DPI down on my mouse and I was like, why is it moving so slow? That would be why. That would be why. Who would upload such a thing? I wonder. Actually, I had the thought when I was looking through your channel, looking for like the oldest videos. And then I saw like your series and I'm like, man, you got so many views teaching people how to use RPG Maker. I'm like, maybe if there's enough people out there that still don't know how to use RPG Maker, maybe I could take a small bit of the leftovers of that pie and just like, just pick off any other remaining people that have not already seen your tutorial series and literally all of the other hundreds that are online. But who knows? Maybe it'll be a good thing. I don't know. Which is why I'm kind of like still on the fence, because I'm like, I know there are already so many like it that I'm like, do we need another series on how to make an RPG in RPG Maker? I don't know. Maybe. But I also figure it would be maybe a great way.
Would you say you're an expert on RPG Maker?
I don't technically, yes. I don't know. I feel weird saying yes. Because I don't like saying that I am an expert in anything. But I guess technically, I've been using it for like 25 years now. I've used like every single version. So I mean, yes. The reason why I don't say yes, the reason why I say it with so much hesitancy is because my definition of an expert would be like, I also know JavaScript forward and backwards and could like do anything that I wanted with the engine. But the thing is like, I could do almost anything that I wanted to with the engine outside of like doing crazy amounts of like JavaScript. I can do little things of JavaScript, obviously, but yeah, so I hesitate just because like I hate saying like I'm an expert. I don't like admitting that I've worked at Blizzard for 75 years, but I would like to think of myself as knowing RPG Maker very well. I feel slightly better saying that. I don't know why. No, do it. When I upload mine, I felt the same way. Well, then maybe one day if I start uploading now, I can be as cool and as amazing as you, some random. And a decade from now, MFs will think, man, there's so much RPG Maker content now. Not like 10 years ago. I mean, that's true. That's actually good. So should always do things true. Oh, there we go. I may do that. Once I get the next episode of RPG Maker hacked up, then I will do. Okay. There we go. Look at that. That should be test, text, hello, third. Cool. So it does work to add the new line in there. Awesome. So that means what we need to do is we need to say 6. We're just going to say healing chamber. And I'm probably going to go through and rename these things later, but see, this is where I'm kind of like, this is what I'm trying to think of like the most efficient way to do this. I actually think what's going to be best. Let's put that out there. So we're going to say, set it between 1 and 6.
The Inkwell says, chickens are dinosaurs. You made a dinosaur idle game, Moon Man.
That is a fantastic point, actually. I never really thought about that, Ink. It's a great point. I guess I did make an idle dinosaur game. And technically, because it's open source, people can actually replace all the chickens with actual dinosaurs. If anyone is feeling so inclined to do that. Okay, so actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to say, set that to be that. And then we're going to say loop. And then we're going to say, set choice number 2 to be 1 through 6. And then conditional branch, so long as 2 is not equal to 1, then break the loop. And then we'll jump into another loop, and we're going to say choice number 3, set it to a random between 1 and 6. Okay, and then we got 656. 655 and 656. So 655, right? 655, yes. Okay, as long as, oh my god. Game variables dot value 657 is not equal to 655 and 657 is not equal to 656. And break the... Cool. That way you shouldn't have any repeat rooms. There should be... Yeah. So you shouldn't have any repeat rooms there. Someone should do that. I mean, it's there. It's there. Anyone with RPG Maker and an access to the repository, you can absolutely do it. Okay, it's not exactly pretty looking, but it gets the job done. Now, here's what we want to do. The actual naming of them. Trying to think of like any more efficient way to do this. What?
Ink's dinosaur fact of the day. Utyrannusuoli, meaning beautiful feathered tyrant, is the largest dinosaur known with direct, confirmed evidence of feathers. Living during the early Cretaceous, it measured about 9 meters, 30 feet, in length and weighed roughly 1,400 kilograms, 1.5 tons, making it 40 times heavier than previous feathered dinosaur records. It's a tyrannosaur, so related to T-Rex. No, adult T-Rex probably did.
Probably didn't. Probably didn't what? Probably didn't what? I need to know. I need to know. Probably didn't. That is kind of crazy, though. That is a massive being. Probably didn't have feathers. Oh, gotcha. The babies might have. They just grow out of their feathers. That doesn't inspire confidence for the chickens, then. Because maybe the chickens are just baby dinosaurs that never are able to age enough to get to that size. Maybe. That's what I would like to believe, anyway. I wish I could be ate by a dinosaur. That would be terrifying. Horrifying. All we got nowadays is hippopotamus. I mean, I guess that's true. If I had to be eaten by a dinosaur or a hippopotamus, I would definitely choose dinosaur. I feel like you would go out a lot faster than if you were being eaten by a hippopotamus. Yeah, but I'd make a good Instagram post. I believe it. I believe you would. And it'd be glorious, and it would get so many views and likes, and you wouldn't be around to see them. But I would see them, and I would be very happy for you in your ending times. Yeah, I like it. Let's see if we can make this happen. You being eaten by a dinosaur, that's not a hippopotamus. That one you wouldn't want to post to Instagram. That one you just want to let happen and just let it be. Don't talk about it. Just let it be. Thank you, Moonwood. Well, it's the least I can do. It's the least I can do after you got eaten by a dinosaur is just, be happy for you, see your fame and glory of being eaten by a dinosaur and having the opportunity to have been able to post it. Okay, but hippos kill around 500 people a year. That's why it's terrifying. I mean, to be fair, I don't really want to be killed by an animal anyway, like any kind of animal. Lion, tiger, elephant, hippopotamus, Nope, that is why I stay inside in my basement. Far away. And sharks kill 0. How many people do sharks kill a year? 5 to 10 fatalities worldwide per year. Sumrandev, you were close, but not quite. Although, to be fair, when you put it into perspective, Apparently, humans kill an estimated 100 million sharks annually. Okay. Okay, so apparently we kill about 100 million sharks a year, whereas they kill about 5 to 10 of us per year. So I would say it's pretty justified. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I would say it's justified. How many people do birds kill a year? Roughly 8 people die annually from attacks or bites. I mean, this is including, like, ostriches. But still, the fact that roughly the same amount of people are killed per year by birds as sharks? That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Well, there we go. Yet who gets the slander? That's a good point. I mean, who gets whole freaking movies made out of them? Well, now I am a shark, so I know this. That's true, Bobby. I would expect you to know that of your own kind. Those sharks don't count. I don't know them. They're the bad apples, you know. The people, the sharks you don't want to admit that they are a part of your tribe. There are only 2 documented cases of human deaths caused by cassowaries, a 16-year-old Australian boy in 1926 and a 75-year-old man in Florida in 2019. Well, first of all, it's a what's a cassowary? Oh my gosh, it's a flightless bird. That is a horrific looking. Still, only 2 people. That's not bad. Although I will say, the fact that someone died from one just in 2019, that's a dark time. That's a dark time right there. I mean, an ostrich is literally a velociraptor. Its feet have knives and their kicks will slice you open. See? See, it happens. It happens. Terrifying stuff. Okay. Oh, actually, let's do this. This will be much easier. Maybe not easier. A little bit more efficient. We'll say control variables. We're going to set variable 911, which is random variable 1. Set it to 1. And then over here. Wait, no. And then right here before the loop, we just want to say set u to equal nothing. Can I do that? Can I just set it to be just a blank? I feel like it's gotta be, right? Oh, wait, not random number. We want, what is it? What is it? Crap. 658. There we go. Okay, so set those to just be blank strings. There we go. The Australian government lost a war with emus once. That's true. I saw a whole documentary on it. With that said, I want to touch an ostrich so bad and be friends. It's gonna happen one of these days. I believe in it. Emus are safer. They just nibble really hard, like that one emu on YouTube. I also want to touch an emu. That would be cool. That would be cool. So many great things to experience in this world, and we're all bogged down by work and responsibilities. Terrible stuff. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to come in here and we're going to loop, and then we're just going to say roll. Wait, we already set this to 1, right? Yeah, random number is already equal to 1. We just want to say let's do this. Let's just do a script. And we're going to say if game variables dot value. So if 657 plus game variables dot value 911, that would be 658.
I want to cuddle a shoe bill. Bird emoji, bird emoji, bird emoji, bird emoji, bird emoji, bird emoji, bird emoji.
Oh, that was all of them. That'd be kind of fun. Have you ever heard of an elephant bird? If not, look it up. Elephant bird. What is this? What the freak is this thing? Elephant birds are extinct flightless birds belonging to the order, however you say that, that were native to the island of Madagascar. I think I'm actually glad that they're not around anymore. Dang it thick. It do be thick. I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of the way they look. Not at all. They kind of creep me out. Looks like me. They don't look that good. Not that good. Okay, so if 957 plus 911 is equal to 1. I want to say game variables dot set value. This guy again. We're going to set it to healing. And I'm doing all of this capitalized because I haven't finished the font yet, and so it's going to look weird if I don't do this. But at the end of the day, the capitalization shouldn't matter. Madagascar has and had a lot of crazy wildlife. I believe it. Madagascar, Australia. Can't imagine the crazy things that have been there over the years. Like dancing lemurs. I'm telling you, crazy things. Absolutely wild stuff. So then we do /n and then chamber. Okay. So that should be that. And then all we should need to do we'll have another if statement. Where we just say if game variables dot value 658 650 58 59 60. Okay. Yeah, so 658 is not equal to how would I check to see if it's not equal to an empty string? Would I just put that? Think so? Just quotation marks? That's going to be my assumption anyway. 658. Before Moon notices. Wait. I like to move it. Mind if I post a link about a dinosaur I think is cool? Absolutely. It's not. I'm not gonna. Why are you getting so like to do it before Moon sees before he removes it? I don't remove things. I swear I don't. What do we got here? We've got ourselves the Protoceratops. He kind of looks like the Triceratops, but on 2 legs. You know what the crazy thing about dinosaurs is to me, though? It's like the craziest jigsaw puzzle ever. And you just have to, like, hope you're getting this thing right, you know? This is a kind of cool looking dinosaur, though. I like that. They're related. Oh, that would make more sense. That would make sense as to why they look so similar. Okay. Oh, wait, I already have that. You just need to grab from there to there. It looks like my friend's mom. Gee. I won't tell your friend you said that. In a good way? Oh, so not like because it's dead? What you implying? Dinosaurs like ugly? No, dinosaurs are adorable. but I just thought you were meaning because it's dead. Sorry, apparently my dark humor is in a bad place right now. Oh, I don't know why I double posted that. Good times. There's a gap of approximately 80 to 85 million years between the extinction of Stegosaurus and the appearance of Tyrannosaurus Rex. Stegosaurus lived during the late Jurassic, roughly 150 to 155 million years ago, while T-Rex lived during the late Cretaceous, about 66 to 68 million years ago. Nah, dinosaurs all lived at the same time. There's nothing different going on there. They all just lived at the exact same time. Okay, I'm laughing so I'm sorry. It's just where my mind went. Are you messing with me? Yes, I am messing. I do know that there were different times. But it just I don't know. It seems a little suspicious, you know? That there's so much time. I mean, come on. Come on. No. I'm not one of those people that think that all the dinosaurs were alive at the exact same time. I promise. Okay, so all of this should be able to be used, basically the exact same stuff. I just have to change this last little bit here of where it shows the actual name. We've got the Perksmith. I guess you don't need a new line. Perksmith. I'm going to move you down here so I actually have a reference for this. Let's see here. After that, we've got a dice vendor. And again, like I'll probably come in here and rename these guys later. But dice vendor, which is then /n. Vendor. Got the item vendor. Got the library. I guess I'll throw it in quotation or parentheses. Spellbook. Last but not least, the town portal. Yeah, sure. Okay, so with that, it should loop through, and it should rename all three of those, and then once it hits, and then once all of them have a name, it should break the loop. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Let us see what happens. Okay, so let's come over here, and we are going to need to find the exit. What? Oh, it wasn't breaking the loop, everybody. I think I know why. But just for kicks and giggles, let's go up here and see what's happening. You're currently equal to 0, 0, 0. Okay. I guess doing that does not technically do anything. So we'll just have to say, just set these guys to 0. And down here, we'll just say, so long as you're not equal to 0. As long as you're not equal to 0. As long as you're not equal to 0. But now that should fix it. Hmm. $658, $59, $660. Key variables that value $658. Well, that would do it. It's like, what is happening here? Why is this not working? What is going on? 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. That should fix it. I hope. Because we'll find out. Dang it! Okay. I'll still equal. Okay, so we got 3, 5, and 6. We got 0, 0, 0. We're stuck in another loop somewhere that's just not breaking. We got this loop. Eventually breaks the loop. So it is setting all of those correctly. Here, it's setting all of these correctly. Okay, so it sets number 1, sets number 2, sets number 3. All right, let's go back to the meta. Let's flash the screen. Flash red on the first one. Flash green on the second one. Flash blue on the third one. As long as we get 3 flashes, we know that we're out of all of this and we're jumping into this loop here. My guess is it's going to be something going on here. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. Bro, you're messing with me. Good. So enough about dinosaurs for me tonight. I'll be streaming on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday this week due to work schedule. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of streaming, and I'm gonna try and catch as many of those as possible. It's very exciting stuff. So yeah, I hope that it goes well for you. Okay, so we are getting through all 3 of those, which means we are getting to this loop. Okay. Oh, that's actually what I should check. I should check variable 911. Let's just see what happens. Okay, variable 911. Where are you? What are you currently at? Hey, look at that! 216,674. Okay, so that is a problem. That is a problem. When it's flashing, what is variable 911 equal to before it even gets to that point? Currently equal to 1. Okay. Which is what you should be, because then you... Huh. I also have a question. You said people shouldn't buy RPG Maker MZ at full price. Why? Just because it does go on sale relatively often. I would say, like, you can, if you're willing to wait some amount of time, you know, whether it be a month, maybe 2 at the most, depending on when you're actually looking. I would say RPG Maker usually goes on sale probably like 4-ish times a year, like a big good sale where you'd actually want to buy it. Yeah, so you can usually find it for at least 50% off about 4 times a year on Steam. Just because, like, there's usually some kind of big event that happens, right? Like, you've got some kind of, like, they usually have like a spring sale, a summer sale, a fall sale, and a winter sale. And so I would probably say, when is the Steam summer sale? The 2026 Steam summer sale is scheduled to run from June 25th to July 9th. Okay, so you would have still about a little under 2 months now at this point. So if you're willing to wait, you could probably pick up RPG Maker MZ. Let's see. I'm sure there's got to be something somewhere. When has our... let's see. What has the cheapest price been for RPG Maker MZ on Steam? The lowest recorded price for RPG Maker MZ on Steam is $31. Achieved during a 67% discount on February 9th. Okay, so that just happened a couple months ago. Oh, it frequently drops to around $31 to $35 during major Steam sales, and the standard retail price is $80. Yeah, so you can usually get it for more than 50% off if you wait for a sale. There may also be another time that it goes on sale before then. With MZ, I haven't seen it go on sale as often as the other ones. But yeah, so basically that's the only reason why I would say wait. If you don't mind paying full price, like there's nothing wrong with paying full price. Like, don't get me wrong, it's an absolutely fantastic engine. But I will say, like, if you don't need it absolutely right now and you're like, I could wait a month or two, you could get it for like 50% off. So I'll keep an eye out. Cool, thank you. Support the devs. I mean, that's true. That's true. If you wanted to absolutely support the developers of RPG Maker, you could buy it at full price and you could get it right now, pay $79.99, and then you'd be good to go. So yeah, either way. I mean, here's the thing. Even if they sell it, because like they're never going to sell it to a point where they are losing money. So even when they put it for like super cheap, I'm sure they've made their money well over. And so I don't think it's going to put them out of business if you wait for a sale. But I mean, if you wanted to pay, no, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to buy when it's not on sale. So barrier of entry to game dev being low is always a good thing. True. And that's why, you know, I'm sure that they sell it. Actually, no, here's the thing. They probably do sell it at a loss when it does go on a really good sale, but they're probably expecting you to go out and buy the DLC. That's kind of probably how they make their money back is, hey, you're going to buy this engine and then you will make your money back later down the road by selling the DLC to people. So it kind of all evens out, you know? So either way, I'm sure you'll be satisfied, because here's the thing, like I didn't pay quite full price, but I think I spent like $60 for my copy of MZ because I needed it right then and there. I couldn't really wait. And so that's why I paid like basically full price. Then I want to say it was like literally a month later after I had bought it, it went on sale for like 60% off, and I was like, dang it. I think I got it for like 20 or 30%. So, oh, either way. Okay. So if 657 plus a variables out value 911. That'd be 657 plus 1, which would be 658. So if 658 is equal to 1, we're going to say game variables dot set value. See it. I see it. We don't need to redeclare the variable right there. Instead of taking the value of that variable plus that value, that would be why. That would be why. Okay, that should fix that. Let's see, Actimith Game says, if you are going to pay full price, buy direct from the publisher. That way, you don't have to run Steam just to run RM. That's a good point, actually. That's a really good point. Crap. Yeah, not a bad idea there. So I obviously have one too many. So we've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Go 1, 2, 1, 0. We need to get rid of that would make sense, actually. Yeah, having to run Steam every time I want to run RPG Maker is a little frustrating. Oh my god. So what is happening now? Oh my god. Here I am trying to make this thing better, and it's just making things worse. Okay, so it's not breaking the loop. What am I doing wrong? So it's game variables.value 97 plus the variable would be game variables.value 657 plus Okay, but 657 plus 911 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. This is where I'm like, I'm not exactly sure if it's the if statement. Game variables are set value. Oh my goodness!
Thank you go into the Inkwell for maintaining the Moonwood Alliance for 2 months.
Ink, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. That is absolutely fantastic, and I appreciate that. 2 months is wild. I do appreciate it. So thank you, thank you. You are too kind. You're too kind and too generous. Also, love the message. Also, Steam won't yoink your purchases, I mean license, if you become a bad actor in their view. Brew. Actually, with games, you are making some absolutely fantastic points. Ah, Bobby. Eat it, Bobby. Eat it. Game variables.set value 657 plus game variables.value 911. I'm just so very confused. It's 911 should be equal to 1. We're saying variable 657 plus 1. Like, I don't need to do parentheses up here. Yes, I do? Give it a shot. I don't see why I would need them. That's why I'm kind of like, Just seems like too much. It's also just like, I've done this in other spots and it's working. That's why I feel like there's just something else going on here. Not quite sure what it is, you know? We'll give it a shot and see what it breaks. Yeah, it is setting a whole bunch of variables. Yeah, look at that. Started at 1061. And it does 912. And then 812. I am so confused. Why is it just like randomly naming healing chamber? But it's not actually naming anything up here. Oh, I feel like at this point I could have just brute forced it and called it good. I looked at what's possible with plugins in RPG Maker, and you can really do some crazy stuff. You really can. You really can do some absolutely wild stuff with RPG Maker, especially with the right plugins. Yeah, people have gone crazy with the engine, and it's really cool to see. I like it. Action Myth Games is currently on a 3-stream streak. Action Myth Games, thank you so much for that. I do appreciate that. Thank you for being here. 3 streams in a row. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I remember everybody streaking. Everybody make sure you're streaking your stream. That was not a very smooth one, and I apologize. But I do appreciate you being here. Grab my streak before I miss it again. Yes! and I appreciate the streak. I appreciate it. And let's see, William Riker is now on a 7-stream streak. William Riker, thank you so much for that. I do appreciate that. I appreciate you streaking here in the stream for 7 streams in a row. Remember, everybody, if you're going to streak anywhere, make sure to streak here in the stream. Hey, dude, where did you learn JavaScript? I don't really have an answer for that. I still am learning it. I am still learning. It is definitely a lot of just looking through JavaScript and just figuring out how it works. I need to actually sit down and learn JavaScript still, honestly. So I started, I can't say that I took a class. I started a JavaScript class back in college because I was going to be a web designer and I had to do JavaScript. I think I did about 4 classes and then I dropped the class and then I dropped out of school. So technically, you could say that JavaScript actually made me drop out of school. And then here I am, making games with RPG Maker, using JavaScript. So good times there. Fun full circle we've all come in. But yeah, so I have not technically learned JavaScript. I've looked through other plugins that people have made, just kind of picked things up here and there. So my knowledge in JavaScript is very specific to RPG Maker. Yeah, so lots of trial and error, lots of just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. And maybe one of these days I will actually train myself in JavaScript. Maybe. Learn JavaScript in a week. I wish it existed. I wish. Is that actually a thing? I'd be very happy if it did. I guess if you're a prodigy, maybe. See, if I was like my cousin, yeah, 100%, absolutely. I don't know how he does it. My cousin is like just freaking crazy when it comes to learning languages. Like he will, and I've seen it. I've seen it happen. He will be like, he'll have a conversation with someone, right? And they will bring up some new language, like some computer language they've started to learn. And they're like, oh yeah, this thing's kind of cool. You know, it does this and this and this. And it makes the, this thing over here a little bit more efficient. You'll be like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Like I'll have to look it up after work tonight. He will literally go into work the next morning and just be like, yeah, so I learned that language. I wrote this thing in it, and yeah, it is really cool. I really like it. Like he'll become fluent in that language overnight, and I'm just like, how? And he's like, he uses a lot of the same context these other languages that I already use, and I just picked it up, and it was good to go. And I'm just like, okay, all right. So, yeah. I wish I had that kind of mental capacity to be able to just look into a language for a few hours and just be like, oh yeah, cool, this all makes sense. All right, we're good. To the internet, JavaScript in 24 hours. Sam's teaches yourself exist. What do we got here? Teach yourself JavaScript in a week. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I would trust this. Yeah, I don't know if you want to learn JavaScript from a book that came out in 1996. There might be a few changes since then. I would say, general rule of thumb, if the book says it has a CD-ROM included, you might want to steer clear. I mean, that is kind of cool. Don't get me wrong. 543 pages. What does this guy think people have? Infinite time? If you were to hand me this book, like, not even learning, if you were to just hand me a 543-page book and say, hey, read this in a week, I couldn't even read a book that big in a week, let alone learn from it. That is wild. Huh. Good times. Anyway, yeah. I didn't read the description. You're good. Humble Bundle has a lot of courses for coding. I once found a C++ 1,000 USD for 50-ish USD. True. There was actually one, I'm trying to remember which one it was, not that long ago. It was Godot. It was Godot. They had a whole Godot, like, instruction course, or like several of them, about like how to go from like 0 to 100 with Godot. I think it was like $20. I probably should have gotten it. Probably. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, you could also probably check Humble Bundle. They do have books for, you know, being able to learn JavaScript. Anybody remember the book bins at CompUSA? Ah, what a time to be alive. Maybe there's something for JavaScript as well. I have seen JavaScript. It's usually bundled in like an HTML, CSS, and JavaScript kind of bundle. But yeah. Do read the description. Don't forget AI didn't exist in 1986. True. That's true. Only in science fiction. JavaScript clearly has not changed since 96. It's true. I think you dox yourself, Moon. He did what? First name Moon, last Wood, last name. I was like, are you sure? I don't think. Oh, no, it's fine. See, one would think if it says delivering to Salt Lake City, 84189, you'd think like, oh my gosh, that's where Moon is at. It's not. I'm actually not even close to. Okay, technically, if you looked at a world map, maybe you could technically say that I lived close to Salt Lake City. But I don't live so close to Salt Lake City. Like I'm literally like an hour and a half, like outside of Salt Lake City. So good luck. Good luck finding me. Yeah, no, I am not signed in to my Amazon account on this account, which is why I was okay to pull this up over on screen. So yeah. But I appreciate you watching out for that. I do appreciate that, because I may have had to remove that if that was the case.
Bobby 3453 wants Moonman to do 10 bicep curls.
You want me to get up and do what?
Bobby 3453 wants Moonman to do 10 chest benders.
I suppose we can do that. I suppose we can. Yeah, don't worry. I did not dox us. I promise. Okay, NVM. I'll do some research. I mean, like, here's the thing. I wouldn't actually even say like you should get a book anymore. You can find a lot of online courses. You can find free courses online, honestly. Like, you could probably look up on YouTube and just be like, learn JavaScript on YouTube. I can guarantee you there is going to be a playlist of someone who has spent dozens of hours putting together tutorial videos on how to learn JavaScript. So you could honestly, if that's going to be a better way for you to learn, is like going through video tutorials and stuff like that, there are definitely those online, both paid and free. And maybe, you know, some are going to be better than others. I feel like the reason why I would really like something like a YouTube tutorial series is because, one, you're going to have like the like bar, so you can actually see how many people are liking it and engaging with it. Then you're also going to have the comment section where people can, you can actually go in there and see if like other people are correcting this person or what needs to happen there. So that's what I would recommend, honestly, before you go out and like buy a book. You could also, I don't know if this is necessarily what Axiomath Games was meaning or not, but AI also knows JavaScript. You could literally, if you wanted to, you could probably just on like a free model, you could probably go to Gemini, to ChatGPT, to any free model and just say, hey, I want to learn JavaScript. Like, can you write out a teaching plan for me to start learning JavaScript? And it would put something together. Again, I would be a little bit weary just because, or wary? I'd be a little bit wary just because, you know, AI, it can make mistakes. And if you're not aware of what the mistakes could be, it could teach you weird things. But if you wanted to go that route, you could also do that as well. Just says, I live closer to Salt Lake City than Moo. Pretty sure one day I'll actually bump into him. That's true. That's true. And I know I've talked about this before, but Jesse, if you ever do see me just somehow and you're like, oh my gosh, I think that is Moon, come up and talk to me, because I'm not going to recognize you because I don't know what you look like. So you'd have to come up and just be like, hey, it's Jesse. And then I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's Jesse. Hello. So yeah, so make sure to do that if you ever happen to see me. I don't want to use AI. That's fair. That's fair. No worries at all. It knows so much JavaScript. It will tell you things to use that MZ doesn't actually utilize. It's true. I've run into that quite a few times, actually, where I've been like, hey, I'm trying to do this thing with RPG Maker. I'm working on this plugin. Can you help me? Like, what's going on here? And like, oh yeah, absolutely. Like, change it to, you know, do this and this and this, because, you know, it'll make it more efficient. I'm like, okay, and I'll change it to that. And then I'm like, hey, I'm getting this new bug, and it's like, oh, well, that's weird. Like, try changing it to this and this. And I'm like, okay, so I'll change it to that and that. And I'm like, hey, I'm still getting this weird bug, and it's like, oh yeah, sorry, that's my bad. RPG Maker doesn't work like that. And I'm like, thanks. Then why did you tell me to change it? Fun times indeed. Anyway, let's do the bicep curls and the chest benders. Let's create the jams, and yeah, let's get off my butt and do that so I can get the blood pumping again. Here we go. Oh boy. All right, everybody, you know how it goes. Hand on the clock, count it with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the chest benders. Here we go. In reverse. Inverse. Here we go. 10 on the clock. Count it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I like how much it was struggling with the tip of the microphone right there with that thing. There we go. Got the blood pumping. We were good. We were good to go. All right, here we go. Turn that down. If you're ever attacked by a random, partially, mostly gray-haired Sasquatch at a grocery store...
Remember, you gave me permission. That's a good point. That is a good point. Jesse, I give you permission. Maybe not to, attack me. But to come up and say hi. That is spoken from the true voice
of Moonwood Games. And so is this. Okay, what the freak is happening here? That is what I want to know. Like, what if we just say, okay, so after this first time, we're going to flash the screen. Because that's the meta. Flash the screen. Here we go. Let's get rid of these screen flashes. We don't need those anymore. The first time that flashes the screen, I just want to see, did it update any variable to be the correct variable, to be the correct value? Let's see. It's going to be a long string. So I'm just looking for a long string over on the left, over on the right side. Long string is what we're looking for. Try not to blink. What are we at? Gone through basically all the variables. Okay. It tells me literally nothing about what it could be, you know? Like 911. Currently equal to 1. Which means it should be variable 957 plus 1, or 657. 657 plus 1, which should be 658. 657 plus 911, which is 1. That should be 658, which is currently equal to 0. But if it's flashing the screen, that means it should have renamed something. Which exit choice 1, so 655. Figured it out. 657 plus 1 is what it needs to be renaming. So it needs to be checking 654. It needs to say if 654 is equal plus 1 is equal to these things, then do that. So stupid. Oh! gosh, I was looking in so many different places, and I'm like, where am I wrong? What is happening? All right, you ready for this? Let's see what happens. This works. Hey, look at that. I'm happy but disappointed in myself. Healing chamber, town portal, item vendor. That took way longer than it should have. Oh well, at least it's working now. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Happy days. Alright, collect some stuff. There we go. Pity I live multiple states away. Yeah. I feel like there's not many people that live in Utah. I mean, there are, but people that I would meet here on stream. I feel like there's not many people that I would know here on stream that are also from Utah. I think, Jesse, I think you're the only one so far that has actually been in Utah. I think there's been like 1 or 2 people that have been like, oh yeah, like I am in like Nevada or something like that. So I would not want to live in Utah, to be honest. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's not. I'm torn. I'm torn when it comes to Utah, right? Because like this is what like I was, you know, born and raised here, so it's like you would think I would have a little bit more state pride, but I'm kind of just like, no. it's just I don't know. My wife and I we've talked about potentially leaving at some point in time, just because we're like, Again, like it's not a horrible place, but it's also not a great place. So I don't know. Why? Okay, there we go. I thought changing the snap type would help, but apparently not. Hear me out, horror game where you have to survive in a place that's full of dinosaur fossils that have come back to life and are now trying to kill everyone. That'd be kind of creepy. I'd play it. That already exists, pretty sure. I don't know. I don't know. You gotta come with the facts before you start saying that it exists already, Bobby. I would not want to live in Utah, to be honest. Not ideal. Yeah, not an ideal place, you know. Like, there are parts that I do like about it. It is very familiar. Like, it does feel like home, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like, So, if I only lived 4 states away, I'd drive to visit Moonwood. I'd drive to visit you as well, some Randev. But yeah, traveling across essentially the entire United States would be a little tricky, just a little bit. Utah's approximately 2,847 miles away from the North Pacific Ocean. Wait, Utah's approximately, yeah, 2,900 miles away from the North Pacific Ocean. I mean, that's true. That's a good point. Is that where you live? Is in the ocean? That zone of the U.S. is probably the best one to go if you like nature. Utah? Or the East Coast? I live where Tom Sawyer is set. Doesn't tell me anything. Where is Tom Sawyer set? St. Petersburg, Missouri? Well, that's pretty exciting stuff. But Dazu, if you're meaning Utah is a good place to go if you like nature, that is 100% accurate. Just Missouri. Okay, that's fair. Well, okay. I guess I wasn't necessarily meaning specifically St. Petersburg. I was just reading what Google told me, which is where Tom Sawyer is from. If you had asked, if I had like 5 chances to answer, I don't think I would ever have guessed Missouri if you ask me about Tom Sawyer, if I'm being completely honest. Utah for hiking and such. Oh, yeah. No, Utah is absolutely fantastic for outdoor stuff. Like, if you are an outdoor person, hiking, camping, like anything like that, which I am a huge fan of camping, absolutely love camping. Yeah, other than that, it is kind of meh. I don't know. Again, like there are parts and more of just like, you know, more than just the outdoor stuff. You know, I do enjoy sometimes the atmosphere here, sometimes. But let's see. So that's 660. Again, it does still kind of feel like home because this is like, you know, born and raised. On the playground is where I spent most of my days. Gotta make sure I get this even, you know. Okay, cool. There we go. That is that. So, we can now just have it say a bunch of gibberish and it'll be like, oh yeah, these are the places you can go to. And it'll be like, what? What is this gibberish? Do I seem like someone from Missouri? I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think I have ever met anyone from Missouri. So I guess yes? Because I don't know. I don't know
anyone that is from Missouri, so...
Bobby,
I mean, if you...
453 turned Moonman into chicken.
Yeah, so I guess if you are a typical
Missourian, then I would say yes. You do seem like someone from Missouri. I was trying to see how far Utah is from the nearest ocean. Hey, I screwed that up. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, pretty sure, we go over here, perhaps. Do a little bit of this. See, I'm pretty sure... I mean, I guess if you were to go from, like, the very center point, or, like, the very corner of Utah, but I guess if we went from, like, where I currently am to directions, going down this way, yeah, I would say, like, somewhere around LA. So, like, Long Beach, Newport Beach, somewhere at Huntington Beach, probably somewhere right around there would be, like, the closest beach. So yeah, so if I wanted to go to the beach, it would be a 655-mile drive to get to the nearest beach. I wonder if maybe... Oh, maybe this is closer? Arrow Dunes? Moss Landing? How far is that? 800 and okay, never mind. That's a lot. That's a lot further. I mean, if I were to fly, that would be a little bit better. Yeah, so basically the closest beach to me, I would have to drive all the way to LA and go to like Huntington Beach. 9.5 hours away. 655 miles. Or for 130 bucks, an hour 45 flight. Too bad. Not too bad, honestly. It's actually not bad at all. Anyway. Yeah, good times. Bobby with a trifecta. Lamau, I'm not. LOL. Wait, you're... Well, okay. Oh, so you're not from Missouri. Wait. So you're saying you live in Missouri, but you're not from Missouri? Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to figure it out. I posted a photo on Discord in off topic of the place where we go camping / fishing usually. Ooh, I'm gonna take a look at that. Kind of off topic, but I see nature and life as sacred. Not necessarily in a religious way, but it's very important to me. Hey, that's fair. That is fair. And honestly, like, I guess I would almost kind of see it the same way as well, which is why I really like being able to like go out and like go camping and stuff like that, because like it's a really great way to like reset, just like go out, like get out there, I don't know, just be in nature. I enjoy it. I really like it. It is fun. Not Utah is like fine, but also it's fine to not be in Utah. There's like 3 or 4 people in Utah total. I think that's about accurate. About 3 to 4 people. Utah, it's there. Fun fact, when my wife moved here, I had to drive her 3,000 miles. That's a lot of miles, Jesse. Holy smokes. And she just up and went, huh? It's wild. That's wild. If you're ever attacked by a random partially... Oh, wait, I already did that one. Okay. No, I mean, I'm not a typical Missourian. Oh, you're not a typical Missourian. Okay, that makes more sense. And Drip Advisor says, hey, yo! Hello, welcome, Drip Advisor. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Hopefully you have an absolutely fantastic day. Hopefully things are going slightly better for you today than they have been recently. Sounds like life's been a little bit rough. Do you have drip? No. I got no drip. I got no style. Is that what you're meaning? Lots? Okay, good. I'm glad. All right, so now we've got all those showing. Awesome. Now we need to actually show... I was asking Drip about... Oh. That makes more sense. Now I'm trying to decide, what are we going to do to let you reveal what these rooms say? Trying to decide if we do... We want to do some kind of a puzzle, or do we just want it to be when you go into the room that has them, they will tell you what they are? Gotta love the random sounds. So we could have it be like you're just like walking around, and it could literally just be like in whatever room, it'll be one of the decorations, and it'll just be like on the wall, and it'll just like have some, you know, it'll have a little something, but then down here it'll actually show text. That's a lot of sounds. Why didn't you put all these points on the coin flip? Hey, Bobby. I mean, the random sounds are also a good time too. Okay, I'm done. You're good. You can keep going. There's a reason there's no cooldown on the random sound. I'm trying to decide if I think I need to add more, and I think I need to lower the price. I think I need to set it like 50 or something like that.
Bobby 3,453 cheered 5 bits.
Thank you for the 5 bits. I appreciate that, Bobby. Thank you. Hey, random sounds.
Go into the inkwell, turn Moonman into a chicken.
Hello, I'm a chicken. Bok bok. Bok 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 bok. Bok bok bok. Bok bok. Boggity bok. Bok bok boggity bok. Oh, I'm an inverted chicken. Hello, I'm inverted. I feel like I should maybe like flip myself upside down too when I'm an inverted chicken. I don't know, something like that. Okay, width of 150 and then a height of 75. So yeah, trying to decide exactly what we want to do with the stuff and things. You've got a couple options. Like I said, we could do something along the lines of just get like a rough. So basically the idea could be you'd have the rooms here. You have the doors. And then essentially, the way it would work is you'd have like something over here on the side. You know, you'd have the jewel, the diamond thing, whatever you want to call it, rune. And then there'd be some scratchy, texty mark things. Like you wouldn't necessarily be able to like read it from this, But then down here at the bottom of the screen, this is where it would then like, have some kind of like riddle or something. Like it would tell you what is actually going on. Inverted chicken moos. That would actually be kind of funny. That would be pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. Did you know that there were still mammoths when the pyramids were built? That's actually kind of crazy. Actually, I did not know that. I did not know that. But I do like that. That is cool. Only a small population, but that's nuts. That is very nuts. That is absolutely wild. But I highly doubt that anyone who was working on the periods even knew about the mammoths. Not that I even really know where the mammoths were actually located on the planet, but I'm pretty sure that the mammoths were not anywhere near the pyramids. I'm no history buff. That would be my assumption. As far as we know, they didn't. Pretty good assumption, I would say. I'm trying to decide if it would be boring to just... like, should we have this be another kind of minigame? Or should this just be you find the translation and then that's it? I almost kind of want to say that. Is you just come in here, you find the translation. Yeah. Cleopatra lived closer to the time of the moon landing than she did to the building of the pyramids. I did know that one, actually, which is absolutely mind-blowing. That one is crazy. Like, human history, freaking nuts. It's like, it's such a small amount of time, but like to us, since like our lifespans are so short in the grand scheme of things, like we hear things like that and we're just like, oh my gosh. She was Greek, not Egyptian. That one I didn't know. I did not know that one. Huh. So the other thing too then is would you like me to explain? Go for it. Absolutely. Not me. I'm gonna put my brain in a robot and live forever. That's a good point, some Randev. The rest of our lifespans are very short. Yours, however, is going to last forever. It's gonna go on and on and on and on. And in 1,000 years, you're gonna be telling stories of this weird random guy named Moonwood Games who did things. Weird things, but did things. It's gonna be great. Okay, so if we did a minigame for this, what would it be? No need to tell stories. I steal your brain and put in second. Hey, all right, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. You have my consent for that. If I die and you have the ability to put my brain into a robot, you can absolutely put my brain into a robot. I'm just lurking at this point. Bobby, I appreciate the lurk. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. We got a couple different options and ideas that have come into my head. Here's what we got. So, first puzzle we could do. We could do essentially a geez, what's that game called? Wordle? We could do a Wordle-esque game where there's some word in the weird random letter stuff going on here. And then you would basically just be guessing the word, right? And it would kind of like, if you've ever played Wordle, essentially the way that it works is you would, type out the words. Like, say, for example, you put a couple of different letters, and then after you put the letters in, it would then tell you, it would either be like, okay, like this letter is correct, And then, you know, maybe this letter is just not there at all. And then maybe this letter is there. E. Maybe this letter is there, but it's in the wrong spot. I guess there wouldn't technically be gray. There wouldn't be gray letters. There would just be you either have it in the right spot, that letter doesn't exist at all, or you have the right letter, but it's in the wrong spot. We do something like that. Scrabble game. We could also do something like that. We could do... I'm trying to think of like how... So, oh, actually, it wouldn't necessarily be exactly like Scrabble.
Bobby 3453 cheered 5 bits.
Thank you for the 5 bits. I appreciate that, Bobby. Thank you. Thank you. Ink says, so she was a descendant of one of Alexander the Great's generals. His empire fractured after his death, and various generals of his took over parts of his empire, including Cleopatra's ancestors. Ptolemy? Alexander and Ptolemy were both Greek. I would not have known that in a million years. That is really cool. I like that. Groovefest says, haven't coded in a while, and now I'm having to remember NeoVim, NVChad, keybinds. Good luck. There's nothing worse than stepping away for a while and then having to come back and be like, how does all this work? I'm a history buff. History, I have always been so bad. Like, I find it very interesting. Like, don't get me wrong. I love reading about and hearing about history. I think it's really cool. There's a lot of really interesting things. I am horrible at remembering names, places, dates. I can't do it. Like, very general, broad, I can remember that. But specifics, like, I'm so bad at remembering it. Yeah, name every history, that smart guy. Well, I mean, there was the history that happened yesterday, and then there was the history that happened the day before that, and then the day before that, and then it just kind of goes on for a while, and then there's a day that happened before that one. That one's a little bit blurry in my head, but then it goes back a little bit further, and then after that, it goes back a little bit more, and then I was born. And before that, history didn't exist, so, you know, it is what it is. That's all the history. That is all the histories. For a while, I had good memory regarding drugs and medicines. Hey, one way or the other, whether it's a good memory of one thing or another. You gotta take what you can get. I'm not a guy. I mean, yeah, come on, Ink. Tell us all the histories. Sorry, DV Samuel, I thought you were meaning me. That's my bad. 0, biggest bang, 10 million gravity. That about covers it. That's pretty close. Wait, is that 10 million 330, or is that 1 million 232? Some slapped Earth. It created a mini Earth friend. I mean, it sounds like you're getting all of like the key points anyway. Even taught myself chemical nomenclature. Oh my gosh, that took me way too long. Nomenclature, because I wanted to understand how organic compounds were named. I mean, that's an interesting reason, but I like it. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna go shower. Be back soon. Ink, good luck. Good luck with the shower. I know nothing of how reactions and such actually work, but I could tell you how they are named. I couldn't tell you a single thing. So that's cool that you do know, though. 30, 30, 33. Earth gets hydrated? 67, 67, 67, 67. Something is swimming in it. Oh! Who knows? What's swimming? What's swimming in that? Anyway, so, as I was saying, Bobby, I do kind of like this idea, actually, of maybe we could even merge the this thought... Wordle, the Wordle idea with basically, so instead of like typing things out, because I don't know if I want to add a whole other mini game that has like freaking death states and all that stuff. So I'm kind of thinking we could do something along the lines of this. Essentially, you'd have your room like you normally do. Here again, we just do a little bit of this. We're gonna make it smaller this time though. So we're gonna be, you have your room. You have your room. Oh, let's just draw it like this. You got your room. You got the main part down here. Here on the sides, whatever. But basically, the general idea would be, so this is going to be like a mixture of the Scrabble and Wordle to make some weird hybrid. So basically, the way we would do it is maybe it's going to have to do with runes, right? There would be runes with the inscribed letters, and you need to put them back in order. But there's not necessarily there's never going to be like a lose state, right? Oh, but how are we going to do this to where like it's actually enjoyable and not tedious? I need to drink more water. I keep forgetting. It is very important to drink water. Remember, everybody, drink water. It's healthy for you. In the year 0101, I have this pirate cover of various death and songs stuck in my head. I feel like there's worse things to get stuck in your head. How about a game like Memory, where you match pairs of symbols with limited number of failed? Could do that as well. We actually do technically have a memory game in the game already, so it's going to be potentially kind of like that. But kind of what I was thinking was less so a memory game, but it'd be more along the lines of, so I guess it's kind of like it's a Wheel of Fortune, Wordle, Scrabble game, where like you're not necessarily making up the word, so it's not exactly like Scrabble like that. Anyway, so basically you would have the words here. You'd have like the board of words, right? This is all just these are all blank spots. And then down here at the bottom, you'd have your runes that all have the different symbols on them. And then you would put them into place. And then it could kind of work the same as Wordle, where it's like, you'd have all the stuff down here. I'm like trying to think of how we're going to make this fun, but also like an actual puzzle. So we could just go where it's like, oh yeah, you just have infinite tries. And then basically like you would be taking these guys, and then when you put them into the place, they would either go green if it's like, oh yeah, one's in the right spot, so it would go green, or if it's like, oh, no, it's not in the right spot, then it would just stay the same color. But at that point, you would literally just be like dropping a rune into the spot, and then you just like drag it over until it eventually goes green, and you go, all right, cool, pick up the next one, put it in here, over until it eventually goes green. So, but with seals, I like it sealic. Mastermind, and we were kind of talking about maybe doing a mastermind type thing before as well. Whereas, yeah, essentially we would have, oh yeah, that's right, that's why I left that blank. Oops. Yeah, so it would be like a Wordle / mastermind kind of a thing, essentially, right? Where it's like you would have a word you were needing to guess, but they would all be in like different. Well, yeah. So you'd be guessing the word. Yes, it would be essentially a mastermind / Wordle kind of thing. If there's no one in my crew when my ship embarks, I will feed my matey to a shark, is one of the lines. I actually kind of like that. It's a good line. Instead of, I will follow you into the dark. And just like that, I'm gone. Sealic, thank you for popping in and then also leaving. I mean, not thank you for leaving, but thank you for popping in and good luck with your leaving. So Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, yeah, maybe. This is where I'm like kind of on the fence, because I'm like, because it also wouldn't really be. Oh, wait, or. Ever heard of the board game Perfection, where you are timed and have to place the shapes in holes? Also, they pop out. I have. That game. So I've maybe played that. I've played with that game countless times, literally thousands of times. I have ever played that game properly maybe like twice in my life. Basically, the way that we played it as a kid is we used it like it was a bomb. And so we would put everything in it before we started the timer, and then we'd push it down and start the timer, and then we all had to hide before the bomb went off. And basically the idea of the game was the person who was planting the bomb could put the time to wherever they wanted, and then their goal was to essentially try to keep someone as close to the bomb as possible. And whoever was closest to the bomb when it went off, they would then become the bomber. Yeah, good times. Good times. We lost a lot of pieces doing that, because a lot of times the bomber would plant the bomb and then like pick it up and then take it with them to then bring it closer to someone. And then sometimes, they'd put like on a couch and then it would go off and all the pieces would go everywhere into the couches, and yeah. So much fun. Anyway, so it could be something like that as well. So here's also kind of what I was maybe thinking. We could maybe go more along the lines of Wheel of Fortune. Or we could do like a Wheel of Fortune / Hangman kind of a thing. I bought some special sauce potato chips, and it's literally just barbecue. It's just barbecue potato chips. I mean, as long as it tastes like good barbecue, I would say that's not too bad, though. Okay, so what if, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, so what if we did like a Hangman-esque thing? Gotta cost life to start, but get it back if successful. Are given letters and must fill in the word, but can find a riddle or two where the answer is the word. Something, I'm something like that. We might go with it like in a direction like that. So here's the thing. The runes directly correlate to letters in the alphabet. So there are going to be 26 runes that will directly translate to English letters, right? So, I have returned from Adland. Welcome back from Adland, Drip Advisor. So wait, so are those chips literally do they just taste like a good barbecue? Or do they taste like barbecue sauce? I feel like either way, it could be hit or miss. So it just tastes like barbecue? That actually sounds really good. Yeah, so essentially, we could do something along the lines of... Yeah, so basically you would have... say, for example, you've got some lives. I don't know why I can't draw a heart. You got some lives. And you'll have X number of lives, and then as you get them wrong, you'll lose a life. And then if you get them right, you'll gain a life and get it figured out. They aren't bad, but special sauce had me expecting something more unique. I hate that. Okay, it's not necessarily like this. Or are you meaning the chips? Are you meaning the idea? What do you hate? What do you hate, Devious Oatmeal? Okay, so yeah, so it would essentially be the chips. Oh, okay. I was like, hold up now. You hate this idea? Because if so, we can figure something else out. Yes, you would have your board of runes down here. And then up here, you'd have the words. So these would be the actual letters of the alphabet. So on and so forth. And then up here would be the runes with the different letters. Yes, the runes will look better than this. And basically, you got the runes here. I really like the dill flavor from that. Absolutely not. I love dill pickles. They're absolutely fantastic. Love them. I can just sit and eat dill pickles. Like, obviously, they're absolutely fantastic on sandwiches. I almost said pizza. Sandwiches, burgers, stuff like that. Absolutely love dill pickles. But I cannot stand dill pickle flavored chips. Terrible stuff. That will probably be what I get next time. I mean, more power to you. I also don't really like vinegar chips either, so that is also more power to you if you like salt and vinegar chips. So then, yes, you'd have X number of lives. And so then you would be, let's say, for example, then if you selected the A, it would then fill it into any of the spots here that are an A. And then you'd gain a life. I'm actually kind of liking this, like, Hangman-esque Wheel of Fortune idea. What do we think, everybody? What do we think? So you'd have the regular alphabet down here that you'd be selecting from. You'd have the rune word up here. And you'd essentially just be, like, selecting letters down here to translate the runes. If it's correct, it translates it. If it's incorrect, you lose a life. If you get it right, you gain a life. So you have a chance to, like, kind of even it out to where it's like, okay, like, if you get a bunch wrong, that sucks. But then as soon as you start getting, you know, a couple right, then you're good to go. Kind of like this idea. I kind of like it, if I'm being completely honest. I like mouse chips. My favorite just depends on my mood. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, there's not many that I don't like. I would say, like, dill flavor and the salt and vinegar is probably, like, the two that I'm like, nope. If I had nothing else to snack on, and that's all it was, I would just skip snacking. I just wouldn't snack. But I'll eat basically any other kind of chip. Yeah. Ever tried Vicky's spicy dill chips, Moonman? Those are amazing. I have not, but I do really like the, I think it's the Vicky's jalapeno chips. Those ones are really good. They're very, I mean, to be fair, like, any kind of jalapeno chip is really good. But I think it's the Vicky's, like, the jalapeno chips. So good. Those ones are really good. And I am someone that also hated dill chips. Well, I might have to give them a try then. I have returned. Welcome back, Ink. Welcome back. But they're also kettle style, so super crunchy. I really like the kettle style chips. I had some good ranch Pringles earlier this month, and they were pretty good. Nice. Remember to toot your own horn once in a while. Never! I will never toot my own horn. But I will toot your horn, though. Ladies in general are my least favorite. Yeah. I guess maybe I just don't eat chips enough to, like, have a specific brand that I'm like, absolutely. I don't know. I like Doritos. Doritos are good. Jalapeno chips are cracked. I love them so much. Probably too much, honestly. What pisses me off is that watermelon is only a seasonal flavor for Lifeway Kefir, despite being, in my opinion, the best flavor. I have never heard of a watermelon chip before. I feel like I'm gonna have to look for those and see if I can find one. Moonman! What? What's wrong? What's wrong? Cool Ranch are my go-to for Doritos. They that or Flaming Hot. Yeah, if I had a choice for Doritos, and I know everyone's gonna have their own opinion, I would probably say the best Doritos flavor ever is it's the it's like the spicy chili. Is it spicy chili Doritos? Is that what it's called? The spicy sweet chili Doritos. Oh. If you have never had the spicy sweet chili Doritos, you need to have them. You need to eat them. They are the best. I will say, the first time you eat one, you will probably be like, what is this? This is terrible. Because that was my thought. That was my thought the first time that I had one. I was like, ugh, this is gross. And then I had another one, and I was like, oh, this is decent. And then I had another one, and I'm like, dang it, this is the best Dorito ever. So, yeah, so if you've never had the spicy sweet chili Dorito, highly recommend. Highly recommend. Yeah. Cool Ranch are still really good. Cool Ranch are really good. Nacho cheese are really good. Yeah. I only eat shoestring potato chips, potatoes then chips. Only if it's a new flavor do I eat a typical potato chip. Fair. Oh no, not a chip. I jumped to kefir yogurt drink. Ah, gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, watermelon chips. That makes I was very confused, but I was interested. I don't like them. Well, Bobby, that means there's more for me. That means there's more for me, and I'm all right with that. Not a fan of ranch Doritos, but spicy ranch, those are my favorite. Ranch Doritos. Oh, the Cool Ranch. Cool Ranch, though, yeah. I actually don't know if I've ever had the Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch. I think I've only ever had the Cool Ranch. I've got to correct that. I guess you need to try them again. You definitely do. Yeah, they definitely have a very weird first taste. I don't know what it is. Even now, if I were to have one, I'd be like, eh. And then I would eat another one and be like, oh, there it is. Lays are already a bit mid, but we had some in the last hospital I was in, and it was like, wait, sorry, the messages are moving. Okay. So we're in the last hospital you had. They were worse. Gotcha. Okay, that particular hospital, it didn't have a good snack game. That's the worst. Fun fact, you can start your barbecue briquettes by lighting up Doritos instead of lighter fluid. I have heard that before. And that just sounds fun. Sounds like a good time. Just light them on fire, throw them on there, call it good. Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch is great. I'm gonna have to give it a shot. I will have to give it a shot. That's a waste of good chips. I mean, you're not wrong. That would be a very sad waste of some very good chips. Okay, well, I think this is probably going to be the direction we go. I kind of think it would be fun to have like a Hangman-esque minigame, you know? But also, I was trying to think about it. I was like, well, what happens if you lose, right? Like, do we have like some kind of trap that goes off? Like, what's going to happen? And then I realized, I'm like, it could just be like, you just can't translate the runes at that point. They're just untranslatable. I think that'd be a good punishment for it, right? Because then at that point, like, you can still progress, you just don't know where you're going to be progressing to if you go through that door. So, yeah. Dang it, now I want chips. Curse you all. I kind of want chips now too, and I don't have any. I got none. I have a wrapper for a creamy. There's that. I have a wrapper for some pretzels. I have a wrapper from a cashew's bag. Why do I have so many wrappers on my desk? I need to get a garbage can in here. Anyway. Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch is my favorite. They came out with the new Dinamite. Must be Italian. With the spicy ranch flavor too. Not as hot, but super crunchy. I like that. I didn't know how good we had it in the first hospital I went to. They had on-demand snacks. You get to choose between meal options, and they had a working, actually caffeinated coffee machine on demand. That is the highlight of a hospital right there. Holy smokes. Bobby says, go get some. Should I have chips or a bowl of ramen? Ooh. That's a tough choice. What kind of ramen do you have? Is it a good ramen? Or is it just like just normal, 50-cent pack of ramen? You ever let us have wireless radio headphones? Oh, they even let you have wireless radio headphones. That is really cool. I like that. Do you have any M&M wrappers on your desk, Moon Man? No M&M wrappers, unfortunately. No. But I have some BB No Money over here. There we go. Normal chicken ramen. I would say chips. If it's between chips and normal chicken ramen, I would say chips. Go with the chips. I got a whole unopened party-sized bag just waiting to be busted open. Oh! Taunt. You taunt me. Luckily, it's been about 2 years since my last hospitalization. I just realized how long it's been. It feels like yesterday. Time flies. Time flies. But that is good. That is good that it's been 2 years, though. Both is also an option. Well then why stop at one or the other? Might as well do both. Might as well. I love chicken ramen. Chicken ramen is really good. Okay, here's something that I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of judgment for, but I'm going to say this now. I'm going to say it now. Don't judge it until you try it. Here's what you do. You make your ramen, right? Like normal. Boil the noodles, let them soften, all that fun stuff like normal with ramen. Drain the water. Like basically all of it. Like make sure there's like hardly any water left. A few drips, like still wet, whatever. But drain the water, add the seasoning packet, mix it around. Then take a tortilla, two, if you want to not have it be super thick, but take a tortilla or two and put the ramen on the tortilla, almost like it's the filling of the tortilla. And then add whatever else you want after that. Add some turkey, some ham, add some cheese, whatever you'd like. Roll that thing up. Oh my god. That is the ultimate budget meal right there. Ramen inside of a tortilla with cheese and turkey. Oh. I know. It probably sounds not great, but trust me. The next time you have ramen and tortillas and ham and cheese or turkey, some kind of lunch meat, try it. I promise. Just try it. It's really good. It's really good. Lately, I've been enjoying pouring buffalo sauce on poultry dishes other than wings and drums. I can see that being pretty good. I can see it. Moon Man, did you come up with this while you were drunk or high in college? No, actually. It was something that I did. So I was married before I married my current wife. So I got divorced back in 2014. Yeah, back in 2014. So back when I was recently divorced, recently single, I was looking for quick, cheap, easy meals, and yeah, and that's what I came up with, and it was so good, so good. So yeah, I would recommend it. I would highly recommend it. Technically, I think I came up with that before I actually even started college, because I did not start college until 2016. I was into like my mid-20s ish. That has drunk college energy. It really does, doesn't it? No, that is broke energy right there. That is me working a just barely above minimum wage job, having to somehow pay for a 1-bedroom apartment and stay alive. So I've been eating buffalo on rotisserie. Ooh, that actually sounds really good. But the buffalo actually makes the chicken more tender. That has drunk college energy. Close enough. That's true. It's true. That is close enough. Yeah, I feel like the difference between drunk college energy and recently divorced energy, very, very close. There's not much of a line there. Okay, I have sat on the screen for too long. We're gonna jump in here and we're gonna get this thing going. So, what do we need to do here? I need. Let's see here. Top of puzzles, because I have a whole thing here that I've set up for creating new puzzles. So we're gonna do. So that's the Void Guardian puzzles. This one is going to be. Section is going to be called the. How big is this? Oh my gosh! I need to resize this thing. 25%. Yo, forgot to size it down last time. That Venn diagram is a circle. It really is. It really is just a circle. Also, I don't know why, but when I saw Venn diagram, the Venn part, my brain automatically auto-corrected it to Vienna sausage. Now, I think I'm just hungry. I could really go for some Vienna sausages right now, though. My favorite wing chain, Fire Wings, has really good ranch and barbecue, so I just usually order ranch and barbecue on the side, dip my fries in them. That sounds really good. I like that their ranch is thin and less sweet, plus more tangy. I can see that. I can see that. I like it. I like it. Don't forget to hydrate, everyone. Everyone make sure to hydrate. Grab your favorite soda and hydrate. Probably gonna eat some Mexican food tomorrow. That sounds really good right now, actually. Or water. I mean, water's good too. God's moving his furniture. Zeus is rolling dice. The old ones are burping. I hear thunder. I am very jealous. There has not been a good thunderstorm here in so long. I miss it. Water is also an option. I have a hankering for hard shell tacos, but usually they just end up turning into taco salads if you're not very careful. It's true. Yeah. I have not eaten like a hard shell taco in a very long time. Just because I never intentionally order them, I find them tedious. I find them very tedious. I'm more of a tortilla taco kind of guy. We've had 2 tornado warnings in 3 weeks here. Oh. That is a lot. That is a lot of warnings. I hope you're staying safe, and I hope that those warnings never turn into anything more than that. An hour remains. Oh crap! Oh crap! We gotta work done, everybody. Okay, this one's going to be the rune translation puzzles. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna call this one. I'm just gonna call it Hangman because it seems very Hangmanian. Those are called nachos. Missouri is in Tornado Alley. I guess that's true. It is in the Tornado Alley, isn't it? Earlier this month, we had some thunder here in California, which is actually pretty uncommon in my area of California. It's nice when it happens. Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining. That's true. That's true. And it has, for the past couple of weeks, it's actually rained like one-ish day per week here, which is pretty rare for Utah. But it's still, there's still like been no good thunder and lightning, which is really sad. I'm a change be like. Yeah, it's good times, good times. Okay, so how much room do we have? So we've got 184 pixels. So let's say, so 184 divided by 13. So what would we have? About 13-ish pixels wide. That's not a whole lot. But maybe close enough. Maybe close enough. What if we go with like 10? If we go, yeah, with like 10 by 14. Do runes actually. Get rid of that. We're just gonna say inner shadow. That guy from this direction. Normal. Actually do 135. Or just 90. I just do 90. We'll do a drop shadow. Distance there. Oh wait, we don't want a drop shadow. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? I want an inner shadow. Gonna increase the height if we do that. 90. Go. That way, if I carve into it, you get the whole effect of like it being in a, you know, little bit deeper of a room. Okay, so let's actually copy that layer style and paste it over here. Clear it from there. That way, we add more runes. That way, if we add more runes, it'll maintain and keep the whole coolness. The whole coolness, you know? Unfortunately, I have a fear of storms. I mean, I guess if you live in a place where the storms can get really, really bad and dangerous, that makes 100% sense. Absolutely. I guess that is one thing about living in Utah is it's like, I mean, storms can get kind of crazy, like when it comes to snow and stuff like that. It's rare, but it can get pretty crazy with snow. But it's like, we don't get tornadoes or anything like that here in Utah. Even like heavy winds, like it really doesn't get that crazy. So yeah, so for me, it's like when I hear storm, I'm just like, oh yeah, good old storms. It doesn't get nuts here where it's like throwing houses around and stuff like that. So, you know. Follower Golden is updating. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot. Woo. Ooh, sorry. I had some yawning to do. Okay, so I need to come over here to the stream elements. Oh yeah, I finally found the filters. Finally found the filters. Now you can do a whole bunch of emotes in the chat, and it shouldn't block them. Shouldn't. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see if it actually does or not. Okay, let's bring this over here. I'm gonna go to streaming tools, overlays, the Twitch 2026, and then we will do the follower goal. Settings, the goal is now going to be 580. Save that. Hey, look at that, 580. Or down over there. Over there. 580, and then what are we currently at? It says 572, but we're only at 570. Here, session data, totals. $570. Save changes. Save. Save. It'll update eventually. Okay, cool. There's that. Happy days. Happy days. Okay. So now it's the Twitch auto mod, but I can at least allow it. That's good. When Tomb of Vercilias is released, what price will Tomb of Vercilias be? That is a great question. I don't know exactly how much yet. Yeah, I don't know yet, is what I have to say. It's gonna be somewhere between like, I almost said two, between like probably like $5 to $10. It's kind of the range that I'm thinking. You know? Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I did not mean to do Control W. I don't have to wake up for anything tomorrow, so that's nice. That is nice. That is really nice. I'm jealous. I've got to be up for work, as usual. And then, of course, some random with all of the absolutely fantastic emotes. I appreciate that. But nothing tomorrow. Oh, wait. I had to get my blood drawn today, but that's about it beyond shopping. But nothing tomorrow. That is good. That is good. Hooray! Holy emotes, some random said test. So I test. I mean, that's fair. That is fair. There are Metroidvania plugins for RPG Maker MZ. I believe it. There are some really crazy plugins out there. Absolutely did not say to test. I mean, I think I did. Maybe. I'm excited for my stream tomorrow, as usual. As you should be. As you should be. I'm gonna try and catch tomorrow as well, Bobby. Oh, I see. I need to save my money and buy your game when finished. I would be very appreciative of that. Yeah, honestly, like I want to find a good middle ground. You know, I want to find. There we go. I want to find a middle ground of like not so expensive that anyone would be like, I want to play it, but I can't afford it, so I guess I'm not going to be playing it. But also, this game has turned into way more than I initially anticipated it to be. So I'm kind of like, well, I do need to get something more out of it. But I don't want it to be too much, you know? Okay. I made a Metroidvania in RPG Maker once. I tried to a long time ago. It was actually an RPG Maker. I think it was VX Ace. There was a like platforming plugin that I found, and I so badly wanted to make a platformer in that thing. Never finished it, but what do you stream? Yeah, Bobby, what do you stream? Video coming soon? I'd be down to watch that one, some Randev. Send it to me on Discord when you upload it. Absolutely. I love food. Food is good. I need to understand blackjack rules, but sure, it will be a blast to play. Don't worry. There will be a tutorial to be able to know the basics of blackjack. Or for anyone who doesn't know how to play blackjack, there will be a tutorial on like how to actually play the game. Because I'm going to assume that, not that most people don't know how to play blackjack, but I'm going to assume that like most people will need at least a refresher, if not like a full-on, like, this is how you play blackjack kind of thing. So yeah, don't worry, it is a very easy thing to learn, especially with like the somewhat dumbed down rules that I'm going to be using. So yeah. I stream game development and sometimes gaming. I followed you, Ink. That is very kind of you to follow Bobby. That's so helpful. I mean, I hope that it will be. I hope that it will be. All right, so here are the runes you'll be able to actually select from. And then we need to actually, that's right. We want to do something like this. 20. Do. Of 5. Oh no, you need to be 8. Then you're the Tav 2. Set you to 0. Set you from strong to none. Excuse me? Why are you still partially anti-A list? Oh! That's why. It's because you were in runes, you weren't on top of a rune, and so you were getting the special treatment, I suppose you could say. Alright, good enough. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Of course. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. And if we increase character, we gotta space these guys out. You know, maybe I should actually do this. Close enough. Because this is actually where we need to be. A-L-M N-O-P-Q-R-S-T-U-B-W-X-Y-Z. Yeah. Close enough. And I will get these a little bit better. Should I make the runes just 1 pixel wider? So they actually center what? No. This will This will be all right. Okay. You, I'll just move you over 1. Oh, that's 1. Okay. R T U B. We can go there. Y Z. Okay. It gives us a general idea anyway. See, to have followed you, I want to stream game development at some point. Right now, I just stream games. That's fair. That is fair. And hey, one day you will get there, Ink. I followed. Okay, now I'm a little nervous. Bobby, no, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous, Bobby. It's gonna be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's okay. Be nervous and be yourself. This, exactly. This looks hard to do, adjusting the alphabets. Nah, it's not too bad. You're giving me ideas, Moonman. Monospaced characters. Well, they used to be monospaced, and then I realized that I needed the M and the N and a couple of the letters to not be monospaced. I had to adjust it, which is why the font is called TOV Font 2. Because I do have a font that is just a 5x6 regular, and it is all monospaced. We just do a little bit of this. Get you back to you. Take you out of there. This isn't it. Oh, that's the 5x6. No, I needed a 3x5. Yes, the 3x5. This one was all 100% monospace. Yeah, literally every single letter here is 3x5 pixels, which worked great for the first while, and then not so much. So then I actually made a second font, which was the 5x6, which is what this turned into. And then I made the TOV2 font, which is what this guy is, which is a slightly smaller font, but it's not 100% monospace. So, yeah. Monospace characters. How's Unboxed? Unboxed went well. I'm still waiting on the official judgment. They're still playing the games. They're still working on all that fun stuff. So yeah, haven't really heard anything one way or the other, but I'm still just waiting. I need to work a little bit more on the update just so it's more ready to go by the time that like all of the judging is finally done. So yeah. You said you stream game development. What are you making? The MNHXW were too similar. That is true. They were very similar. The Big Decks of Deceit on Steam, the main project right now. Anyway, you have a demo planning to. What kind of game is it? It's a horror action collection. Ooh, inspired by Dark Deception. YZ is 5x6, was backwards. Oh, that is because I don't know. Because when I was making the font, I wasn't smart with some of the characters, and so I accidentally did them backwards. You know what's funny, actually? I believe it was... Which letter was it? One of the letters on this font... I can't remember which letter it was. One of these letters I also did backwards. I think I did the S backwards on this one. I mean, I think I've fixed it by now. Yeah, I want to say that like one or two of these letters I accidentally did backwards. Funny enough, I think it was actually the Z on this one that I did backwards as well. Hey, drawing fonts is hard, okay? I'll say that. That's my only defense. So now we're going to do empty runes. empty runes. Okay, so then if we come back over to here, I'm just going to get a general idea. So we've got library, Perksmith. I guess healing chamber would be a good one to like get a rough idea. Okay, so we're going to do Healing. Then CHAMBER. Oh, look at that. Works out perfect. These guys we're going to do darker gray in here. I don't think we're going to have that. We'll just have... Essentially, I want this to feel like it's a thing where you're putting the runes into. So I want to feel like it's like going down. I've done a G backwards by accident. It happens. It happens. The idea I truly want to make is a Metroidvania with puzzles. That would be really cool. I'd play it. On it, we're dipping on IT, we're dipping into HTML and CSS right now. It's complicated, to be honest. It is a little bit tricky, I will say.
3453 wants Moonman to do 10 bicep curls.
Bicep curls? At midnight? I suppose we could do that, I suppose. I thought it said 50 pounds. No, they're definitely not 50 pounds. No. No, they're a little less than that. Little less than that. What are they again? That's the chest benders.
Go into the inkwell, turn Moonman into a chicken.
I'm a chicken. Bok bok. Bok bok bok. I mean, I guess technically, with the two of them, it is 50 pounds. Lamau. Don't forget to hydrate after bicep. True, Scoiled. That is true. We do need to hydrate after bicep. True. But when I'm not a chicken anymore, we will do some bicep curls and some hydration. But until then, we're gonna do healing chamber. Switch you to that. We switch you of runes. Wait, are you not 8? Oh. I guess that does make sense. Okay, so now we need to widen that. Be like that. That. Yeah, something like that. Cool. Okay, all right. A Metroidvania with puzzles, demons, and bugs. That sounds just like a good time right there. 100% I would play that. Yeah, absolutely. All right, everybody, let's create the jams. We're going to do 10 bicep curls. Here we go. Let's get the blood pumping. Let's get it pumping. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I got to wake myself up. All right, everybody. You know how it goes. 10 on the clock. Count them with me. Ooh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that feels good. if I ever make it, I'll let you know. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Wait, not if, when. Exactly, not if, when. It is gonna happen. It is gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Things like that take time, but you're gonna get there. I believe in you. Well, what if you explode before you can make it? It can happen. You make good points, Bobby. Actually, there is a chance of sudden explosion. That could happen. I'm gonna hope it doesn't, but it could happen. What's the likelihood of that happening? I mean, it's not absolute zero, which is I feel like it's probably the most terrifying. I have no idea. I'd say it's at least like 0.000000001%. Yeah. Jesse, when did you send that message? I am the worst. Have a good night, Jesse. I'm glad that you were here, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you hopefully on the Sunday stream. I'm sure you're gone by now, but I'm going to say it anyway, because I feel bad if I don't respond in some way, shape. Yeah. Okay, so we've got the runes you can select. We've got the runes down here, or up here, that it's asking for. Okay. And now we do hearts. Tries? We'll do tries. Do we want to do hearts, or do we want to do something else? I guess 80% chance every lifetime? Jeez. I'm more likely to get killed by a bonk on the head by a coconut. Yes, people have died from that. Coconut heavy. Yeah, that just sounds... That sounds awful. That sounds like an awful way to go. Getting hit in the head with a coconut? No for me. Okay, we're gonna say, rise. Back. Coconut heavy. Coconut eatable. I could tank it. I believe in you, some Randev. I believe in you. I bet you could tank it. You can die from an exploding cow. That's a way to go. Well, there was an ancient Greek philosopher who died because an eagle dropped a turtle on his head. That's just rough. Some Randev built different. Some Randev is built different. Stronger than the rest of us. I'm like envisioning something grand, and then at the end of the day, I'm just kind of like, what if I just do arts? Okay, but what about an anvil? I feel like if an anvil drops on your head, you're just meant to not be here anymore. I think it's just your time. You're just done. And don't you forget it. Also, what are the odds of having a coconut fall on your head? I mean, if you frequent beaches with coconut trees. He was bald, and the eagle probably mistook his head for a rock to break open the turtle's shell. Moral of the story, don't go bald, kids. Don't let it happen. Just say no. Just say no to bald. Happens to the best of us. It's true. It's true. It does. It does happen. All right, never mind. Hearts. No, I'm still just gonna call it tries. And we'll just see what happens. All right, let's see. So how are we gonna do this? We're gonna do. What do we do? Like one. Mirrored on the other side. Wait a minute. Some Randev? I have returned. Welcome back, Drip Advisor. Welcome back. I? Wait a minute. Bobby 3453? In my household, we have a ritual around during Wordle, around doing Whirl every night, right as the new one is released. That's kind of cool. I like that. I like that. That is a good ritual. So we do know each other. Apparently his name was Euclidus, and he was the father of Greek tragedy. But all anyone remembers him for is this story. Now that's tragedy. That's tragedy. That is actually really sad. Oh, the poor guy. I don't know if this heart is actually turning out good. I don't think it is. I'm trying to decide if I want like a short and squatty. I feel like that actually feels better than the big one. Wait a minute. Moonwood Games? Wait a minute. Is that you, Axiomyth Games? Is that you? I don't think it's real you. I don't think it's real you. Past a certain point in the night, we talk about time in terms of minutes/hours to work. Wait a minute. Twitch? Where am I? Weirdly appropriate, don't you think? I would say so. I would say that is very weirdly appropriate. Poor guy, though. What a way to go out. What a way to be remembered. Absolutely tragic. Or do this. No. No. Maybe we stick with something like. Maybe he goes all the way to the edge. Maybe we just do one. That feels weird. That doesn't feel too bad. Not too bad. Wait a hour and minute. Moon-chan? It's me! It was me the whole time. Me, I've been here the whole time. Yes, it is true. I am your long-lost lover. You met betwixt the starry sky on that cold midsummer night. Oh, wait. Yeah, Twitch! Yeah, exactly. It's Twitch. At least he didn't die from laughter after Donkey ate a fig. Who did that happen to? Says you've been following me since 2 days ago, so checks out. Maybe you came from Hyper. That's possible. Wait an hour, a minute, Muchan. Can't say it isn't memorable. That is a thing that occurred. That is crazy. These color palettes are so lovely. I'm gonna cry. I am glad that I decided to redo it one more time. If I'm being completely honest, I'm very glad that I did decide to do it one more time. Okay, so let's. I don't know, maybe something like that. I'm trying to decide the best way. I'm going to want this to be an empty indicator. So, do something like that. I guess we could technically this, but that's going to be the outline. We can put the darker in here. That actually works pretty well. We can put like a outline like that. I don't think it needs it. Yeah, there we go. Bad, not bad. I eat your cry. The Greek Stoic philosopher Chrysippus of Soli is famously said to have died from laughing at a donkey eating figs. According to the account by Diogenes Laertius, Chrysippus saw a donkey eating his figs and shouted, "Now give the donkey a drink of pure wine to wash down the figs." He found his own joke so hilarious that he collapsed out into a fit of uncontrollable laughter and died shortly after. I aspire one day to be that funny. Maybe one day I can be that funny, to the point where my jokes are so good, they literally kill me. They ate my cry. Your cry has been eaten. No more cry. Now, how many tries do we actually want to have? Das is the real question. Curse of no more crying. I mean, I don't think you can cry over the no more crying if you cannot cry anymore because it's been eaten. I could have saved so much money if I had waited over a year for this pack. Wait, what is this? What is going on here? The massive game asset music bundle. Pay $30 for 71 items. Oh my god. That is a lot of music. Holy smokes. Hold up. Interesting. I might have to look into that, because I'm always down for some more music, and that is a lot of music for very cheap. Eat. That is insane. Curse of Eternal Cry. I saw a Venn diagram with Sisyphus and local rock radio DJs in the center there as bringing you the same great classic rock night after. I see where you're going with this. If I were the ghost of Henry VIII's 6 wives, I would haunt him. That's a lot of wives. That is a lot of wives to have. So many Joel Stuhler packs. I think I have them all already. That is tragic. I mean, at least you have them though already. Could be worse. How many tries do you usually get in Hangman? You typically get 6 to 11 wrong guesses in a game of Hangman, depending on how detailed the drawing is and the house rule. So 6 tries is standard. Most common versions using a 6-part stick figure, head, body, 2 arms, and 2 legs. Oh. Well, there we go. That worked out perfectly then, that I did 6. Fantastic. Can you make music? I wish I could make music. I cannot. I've tried. Yes, he had 2 of them executed. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I hear stuff about history and I'm just like, what a freaking crazy world this world is. Like, I don't even want to say used to be, because it's not even like it used to be crazy. It's still crazy. Because I feel like that kind of stuff still happens in places on this planet. It's absolutely wild to think about. Absolutely wild. So what if... do that. We've got tries front. Whoop. Duplicate that. And again. And again. Okay, there we go. So we got tries front, tries back. Awesome. Okay, so essentially, the way that this is going to work is you will have your runes down here, and then you'll have the word you're trying to decipher. And so, say for example, you know, if you were to do an A, and say for example, this thing right here is an A. I think it actually might be. So it would basically just be like, all right, well, so it would move, so you'd click on it, it would then move the A to there, and it would duplicate another A over to there. Yeah. Yeah, all right, there we go. Yeah. And you'd be like, all right, well, what about an H? And it'd be like, ah, yes, there's an H here, and there's an H here. And then be like, all right, what about a J? And it'd be like, oh, there is no J. And so then it would come over here and it'd be like, sorry, problemo. All right, well, that sounds good. Yeah. I think it'll be fun enough. Yeah. Now I just have to actually program it. That's a topic for another day. I dabble with guitar and Ableton. I have like, okay, I can play a couple instruments, but I don't make music. Bobby says, I make music. I like to contribute to other projects sometimes. Ooh, ooh. Well, it's a good time. Do you make like chiptune / 8-bit music? Because that's what I'm gonna need for this game. It used to be crazy. It is still, but just in a different way, depending on your location and social status. That is a good point. Yeah, it is still absolutely crazy out there, and I'm just like, I am so glad that I live in a place, and that I have a life where it's like things aren't too crazy. I am very happy about it. Very grateful indeed. Nice. That brings. I used to do drugs. I still do, but used to energy. Very true. I absolutely can. Well, I mean, if you're interested, if you've got like any examples or want to like put something together, I would absolutely love to see or I guess hear what you got with like chiptune stuff. And yeah, 'cause again, like I'm going to be in need of music for this game. It's yeah, I have reached out to someone already, and they were like, oh, like how quickly are you gonna need this? Like, do you need this like soon? And I was like, it's not like a super huge rush, you know, it's just kind of like whenever. And they were like, oh, okay. This was 3 months ago now, and I haven't heard anything back from them. So I'm kind of like, not that it's like a huge rush now, but it would be nice to like start getting something in the works so I can kind of start being like, okay, like this sounds good. This doesn't sound so good. Let's change this. Let's change that. You know, typical music stuff, right? Okay, I think having 4 pixels separated is totally fine. I think that feels like it should be all right. Yeah. I'm currently on drugs. My drugs. You're on your drugs. That sounds like a good time. Nice. Oh, you mean music? Wait. No, not nice. I eat your drugs. No, not the drugs. I don't abuse substances. Substances abuse me. Blasted substances. My track right now. Making track right now. Oh, I'm down. I'm down. Okay, cool. Well, yeah. There we go. So now I just need to actually make this a thing. So I don't think I'm going to make any of these like draggable. I think basically the idea is I'm trying to decide if I'm going to make these all individual images that will show on the screen. And then when you click on them, it will duplicate as many times as it needs and then moves them up. I don't know. Well, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out eventually. Yeah. To anyone who says RPG Maker isn't a good way to learn game development, Toby Fox started out with RPG Maker. See, it's a great way to learn. It's a great place to start, and it's a great way to like continue if you wanted to like, you know, keep making simple-ish games. But if anything else, it is a great stepping stone. That is for sure. Get into the game dev stuff. 100%. Absolutely. I need to specify that stuff. If you don't have a minimum delivery time, at least having a maximum, I don't need this right now, but 3 months would be too long. Yeah, I need to reach back out and just be like, hey, I know it's been a few months. Just wanted to check in and see what we can start getting going, because it would be nice to have at least like a couple of the songs that will be in the full release or the demo. Worst case scenario, I have a bunch of like 8-bit and like chiptune songs that if I needed to just like throw them in as like placeholders for the demo, could absolutely do that. We'll see. I also don't know what their turnaround time is. You know, because like this person that I've talked to, they make absolutely fantastic stuff, beautiful music, but I don't know if this is like over the course of weeks or months that it takes them to make these things. So, how strict to 8-bit must it be? As strict as possible. So the hope is, I mean, like, I'm trying to make it feel as retro as possible. So, yeah. So I do want it to be as close to like chiptune and stuff like that as possible. I mean, I've got a couple examples that I've played on stream before that I could pull up. Ex Deverucci. There's Ex Deverucci. Yeah, so this is the person that I've reached out to, and you know, like I said, like they make really great music. So the one pack that they have uploaded to Itch is this one right here. So this is their 8-bit fantasy and adventure music. 1.5 million views. Not too bad. Not too bad. But if I come over here, we're just gonna give that a little bit of a pause, and we're gonna come over here. Yeah, so basically, this is kind of like the general idea for like the sound of the music that I want to go for.
What if you could make a song using
Get out of here. Nobody wants to make a song with your stupid AI. Yeah, this is kind of like generally what I'm kind of wanting to go for. So like 8-bit chiptune kind of stuff. I don't know if there's going to be a spot in the game for something this happy sounding, but kind of gives you like a general idea, right? So, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yes, this is kind of what I'm hoping for. Yeah. When I was talking to this individual, I told them that this is actually the one specifically that I'm really hoping for, because like, obviously, like this one is copyrighted because it's a remake of like an actual game soundtrack. Yeah, so something like this is kind of what I'm hoping for. Like, so very like Castlevania-esque is what I would absolutely love. I would be very happy with something like this. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm hoping for. But yeah. Anyway, that's about it. That is. Okay, well, I don't think I'm going to actually start making this puzzle tonight, just because I would like literally just like create a couple events and I'd be like, all right, well, that's the end of stream. So I think we're probably gonna call it here. And then we will. I'm gonna see if I have some time before the next stream. I might get started on this at least. I might have time to do it, the whole thing, but I'll at least see if I have time to get started on it, and then we can finish it up on the Sunday stream. So, yeah. Let's see. Need to specify stuff. Every job I've taken just causes more issues, which is not fun at all. And Undertale is one of the most successful indie games in the last decade. True. How strict of 8-bit must it be? Okay. Does it have to be true 8-bit, or can it be just sound 8-bit being in? Yeah. Just as long as it sounds 8-bit. Like obviously, like I'm gonna have to have it in the game as like an MP4 and like an OGG file. But like so long as it has like the 8-bit feel and vibe, and that's totally fine. No worries there. I feel like learning to make music with a small selection of sounds might help me get better at composing. Limitation and inspire growth. True. Limitation breeds creativity is the saying that I live by. All right, I'm head to bed. That's perfect timing, Ink. That is perfect timing. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evenings. I will see you all on the Sunday stream, and until then, take care, good luck, and yeah, have a good one. Goodbye.